Welcome back to Chasing the Target. 100 days away from the World Cup, and finally the schedule comes out once. First time in my life, I think इतना late schedule निकला मेरे हिसाब से 12 महीने का usually एक advance booking रहती so people can book their tickets. अब क्या होने वाला है 100 days बाकी है travel agents को packages बनाने मुश्किल हो रहे लोगों को टिकट बुक करने मुश्किल होंगे. First there's air tickets, then there's the match tickets. Match tickets का भी अभी कुछ नहीं मालूम क्या होने वाला है, what's gonna happen, कितनी advance booking रहने वाली है. Paytm पे ऊपर already मैं बैठा हुआ हूँ. Just waiting, I don't know, because IPL के time पे भी we saw it crash, we saw आप सीट को दबाए तो भी नहीं आ रहा था. So I don't know क्या होने वाला है, but interesting bit of fixture. Mustafa, what do you think, man, about the World Cup 2023?
I'm so excited, man. First of all, this is ridiculous that it came out this late. इतना late नहीं हो सकता भाई.
12 महीने है bro, 12 months.
2015-2019 World Cup एक साल पहले आ गया था. यहाँ पे is like just like what 4-5 months, and it's going to be very unorganized. The ticket situation is going to be very ugly for especially India tickets. I think दूसरे मिल जाएंगे आपको. India के matches is going to be very difficult, but whatever, we'll see what we can do, but also hopefully
the only thing I can expect is Dharamsala. That's the only place I think we might be able to get tickets. I don't know if it's jam packed.
वो भी छोटा ग्राउंड है. प्रॉब्लम ये है पर इंडिया के
या पुणे को जाना पड़ेगा. अगर मुंबई में मैचेस हो रहे तो मुंबई वाले पुणे नहीं जाएंगे शायद, या वो भी हो सकता है कि मुंबई में जैम पैक है तो पुणे जाना पड़ेगा. पंटर अगर शो देखने वाला है तो प्लीज पंटर हैज टू sort some tickets out.
But हाँ, like अगर आप देखो तो like उस हिसाब से it's unorganized, it looks like right now, but I'm pumped up, man. It looks good. All the मतलब पूरी teams के schedules आ गए. Everybody knows where they're playing. India is playing in every ground which is available except for Hyderabad.
That's so sad, man, because that's the worst thing. I mean, I think because Pakistan is playing both of their matches in like 2 of their matches out of whatever in Hyderabad. I think security reasons, maybe something. I don't know. They have weird.
No, so the thing is basically 10 ground है, right? उसमें India 9 खेल रहे venues में. They're the only team to play 9 venues. They're going to play in most of the venues because obviously it's in India. So but like अब 10वें venue, the problem is one has to miss out, right? Because there's only 10 teams.
I just think they don't like Hyderabad. I just think they don't like.
No, bro, but
double 100, 2 player, 3 player, double 100 मारे यहाँ पे, and I'm just upset now because I wanted them to at least to come to Hyderabad. कुछ तो मिलना Hyderabad को hit the time.
But at least they got a few games. आप देखो मोहाली को एक game भी नहीं मिला, bro. There's a lot of talk about this now. मोहाली, which is a historic ground, जहाँ पे semi-final हुआ था first 2011 में. हम लोग को बहुत अच्छे तरीके से मैच वो याद है. They haven't got a game. You know, not even one single game. At least like Hyderabad's got like a few, whatever it's Pakistan match or New Zealand match. Like at least there's games over there which they're hosting.
The build up to this World Cup, I would take Pakistan matches to be very frank, the way it has been, and it's because of them and India mostly that 100 days that we weren't able to release the World Cup schedule. Or maza aane wala. I mean, Pakistan is a very good team to watch. Probably, I know 50 overs. How are you gonna customize yourself to watching for 8 hours cricket in the stadium? I know that's going to be hard. वो भी एक interesting सवाल है यार. How many people will actually want to go to the stadium and watch a 50-over game in this day and age, right? Because of your work commitments. 20. I know people find a way. You will have traveling fans and stuff, but will every match go full? Will every ticket be sold actually, or will you be left? Yeah, India बोल सकते mostly. I think it's on the weekends. But apart from that, it's going to be interesting.
Every India match is going to be full. The rest won't be full. Every India match will be full. 100% guarantee. Like a 50 over rendo, like 100 over rendo, India's playing World Cup, it's going to be full. The others won't be full, of course. Like, but there will be traveling fans. Hopefully, we don't know what the logistics are or how it's going to be organized for traveling fans. Because I'm sure people from England, Australia, Sri Lanka qualify, from Pakistan, from everywhere, they want to come and watch their team. But I don't know how accessible it is, how easy it's going to be to commute.
Hmm.
So let's see what happens in that way. But yeah, I don't think games will be that full apart from the India games. 100 overs, the 50 over India matches, they'll all be full. Ahmedabad is going to be packed to the rafters, 130,
Yeah, of course,
140,000.
they have the biggest fixture that's possible in the
It's
cricket
gonna be
history, right?
packed.
Like that's gonna be packed for sure. Like
It's
those
gonna
are
be
like
packed from the
20.
before the first ball fest. 50 overs, 8 घंटे
Yeah,
बैठेंगे
you will.
130,000.
आप शॉक में नको अगर आप देखो सीढ़ियां भी भरे हुए रहेंगे 1 lakh. If it's a 1 lakh 20 capacity, you'll easily find 100, 135, 130.
And it'll be
कहीं ना
full
कहीं से
before the
there's
game
going to be
starts, Fez.
100%, 100%. And I don't think any traveling fans would be able to get any tickets. But yeah, but there's interesting thing is that agar India come into the qualifying thing, and like for in the semis, if they meet Pakistan, then they play in Kolkata. But if they win, then they go to Mumbai if Pakistan not there. I don't understand that logic as well.
Remember before the 2011 semi-final, my dad said he told your dad only that India, there's no way Pakistan's going to win because they can't play in Bombay. So
Yeah.
there is some political issue, whatever it is. Like that's the reason Bombay mein nahi ho raha games. Pakistan is not playing in Bombay. That's why if
Yeah.
India play Pakistan is going to be in Kolkata. Anywhere, any other team, they're going to play in Bombay. Bombay is
Mm.
the now become the second most
Second.
important venue.
Yes.
Before it was the most important one, but
Yeah.
with Ahmedabad coming in, it's the second most. And Eden Gardens is already always historic. So,
Mm.
I mean, India versus Pakistan at the Eden Gardens, I'll take that, bro. If I get that,
100%, 100%. And the
the
Eden
only tricky
Gardens.
thing is for fans like कौन सा ticket खरीदना अगर Pakistan like 90 like so it's what are the odds like 8-1 or whatever it is, right? There's a 1 in 8 chance that it's going to be in Eden Gardens. But what if it does?
Yeah, 1-8, but I'm pretty sure the way the tournament is set out, the teams, I mean, Pakistan look very good at this point. Of Asia Cup might dictate what their preparation is for the World Cup. I mean,
Hmm.
again, agar Khismat hai to Kolkata mein रहेगा again, like you said, 1-8. Opening is a very good game. The final of 2019, England versus New Zealand. बहुत जबरदस्त मैच दिख रहा मेरे को, and New Zealand obviously again underdogs में आने वाले हैं, but Kane Williamson की situation देखना पड़ेगा. How will he be able to come back, or will he not be able to come back? That's going to be a very important question for New Zealand in particular, because they still have a younger squad. I mean, Tim Southey is there, but he's on the verge of finishing. Kyle Jamieson mostly injured, so they have a little bit of an issue. This year might not be that year that you usually see. हाँ भाई New Zealand से डर लग रहा है. Maybe again they come under the rafters. They again do something out of a miracle, but I mean, we know Devon Conway's been sensational, and certain New Zealand players are out to watch finale and stuff. But just that Kane Williamson thing, it will be more required than usual.
Yeah, I think that makes New Zealand even more dangerous because we're going to write them off. I'm not going to put them in my top four. मैं खुला बोल रहा हूँ New
Yeah,
Zealand को मैं top four में नहीं
yeah,
डालने वाला हूँ because Williamson is not there. But
yeah,
watch, they'll do something and they'll try and sneak into that semifinals. That's why you can never count New Zealand out. First, you're just talking about the grounds, right? I'm really pissed off that Lucknow has games, bro. What is that pitch, man? There's
yeah. That
there's
yeah,
gonna be like
sure.
there's talk, I mean there's talks that it's gonna get relayed or whatever it is, but भाई वहां पे आप रख रहे मोहाली में नहीं रख रहे मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा.
Yeah, and आपके पास और भी ग्राउंड्स अगर आप देखो, इंदौर है, आपका नागपुर है, आपके पास और काफी
हाँ
ग्राउंड्स है. I mean, I don't get
कानपुर
the
नागपुर.
Kanpur, Nagpur. You hear these grounds, but long time ago, आपको बहुत काफी टाइम हो गया इस जगह में. गोवा में तक ग्राउंड है और केरला में तक ग्राउंड है. So you have, I think, a lot of places that, but again, I don't know what the selection process is. उसका क्या situation. लखनऊ को तो गालियां दे रहे थे, slow pitch था, 130 से ज्यादा स्कोर नहीं बना था 2020 में. And again, this is where probably they want a sort of a different kind of a pitch to be involved as well, so it gives you variety. अब अगर आप मोहाली में डाल देंगे तो fast bounce मिल जाएगा आपको, वो भी एक अच्छा है option. But I don't know what the selection process for the ground
I
is. Is
think
it
also there's an influence, like it's of course they're not going to say it straightforward, but there's an influence on the power of the association, the political backing, and
yeah,
everything, right? Like that is, I think it has to be it. Otherwise, these other grounds are proper grounds which we've seen big matches. So that's the only thing. And Punjab's hold right now is not as strong in the BCCI compared to before. And it's
yeah.
surprising, man. उन लोग के पास at least एक game भी नहीं है. Like आप वो भी रख लो ऑस्ट्रेलिया ये वो, मगर धर्मशाला को शिफ्ट कर दिए. लखनऊ में है और अहमदाबाद. These three
Jaipur
have.
में भी नहीं है, like राजस्थान
जयपुर
में भी
में
नहीं
भी
है.
नहीं है. हाँ.
Yeah, that was
तो
also one shock. I mean, probably wear out हो गए होंगे थोड़े बहुत pitches, I guess, IPL और domestic season के लिए भी एक बार थोड़े बहुत रखना पड़ेगा, रांची वांची. So I think उस हिसाब से वो लोग कुछ calculate करते हैं. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see जितने भी pitches है, will they be fresh enough, will they not be fresh enough, because that will be the start of even domestic season, right? So that's going to be one thing. But I'm glad at least Hyderabad में जो भी matches है, at least Pakistan.
Bobby's coming home, baby.
Bobby's coming.
That's
And a
gonna
lot
be
of
amazing.
and don't be surprised. There's going to be a lot of support for Pakistan here. I mean, they love Pakistan. To be very frank, I know it sounds horrific, but that's how it is. Like Pakistan's playing.
Bro, we're gonna go watch
the first two matches.
Are you Fez? You've never seen?
Explain me one thing. I'm very confused because you might think I'm stupid, but I'm just trying to
No,
what
it's
is this
okay.
qualifier 1 and qualifier 2? I'm not able to get it.
Basically हम लोग ये जो वर्ल्ड कप क्वालिफायर्स देख रहे हैं इसमें से दो टीम आने वाले हैं श्रीलंका तो मोस्ट लाइकली भी श्रीलंका
मैं मेरा दिमाग खा रहा हूँ ये क्वालिफायर 1 2 क्या है अभी तो कोई क्वालिफाई हुआ then I now that you put it in now it makes sense like they're not saying like World Cup qualifier or something just saying qualifier 1 I'm like wait qualifier 1 and 2 अभी खेलेंगे ना अभी तो खेलेंगे qualifier 1 और 2 तो मैं थोड़ा कंफ्यूज हो गया था मैं मुस्तफा से पूछूंगा ये क्या है but yeah I think now that's but then Zimbabwe and
श्रीलंका most likely right now it looks like that अब कुछ भी हो सकता है ये जो भी फाइनल खेलेंगे ये टूर्नामेंट का they are qualifier 1 and they're qualifier
that really cleared a lot of things in my head
so we're going to most likely see Pakistan Sri Lanka repeat of the Asia Cup final and Pakistan most likely Zimbabwe but first you've never seen Pakistan play live right the likes of Shaheen
I've not seen the likes of Shaheen obviously but I've
this team
no.
First time you're going to see Babar Azam, baby.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Babar Azam. I'm excited to see Shaheen Afridi. My favorite, Naseem Shah. Very frankly, I'm going to say Naseem Shah.
I was at the ground first when Naseem Shah bowled Surya Kumar. It was an incredible delivery. वहाँ पे Asia Cup में. So you'll see some good talent. It's all man cricket. Like whoever is playing, we're gonna go watch.
Did you happen to see the launch of the World Cup? The ad where they put a satellite. अपना जो
yeah, वो जो देखा थोड़ा बहुत देखा मैं. I didn't see the event though. जहाँ पे schedule announced हुआ. I didn't see that. जहाँ पे सहवाग इन लोग थे शायद नहीं. I didn't see that event.
So basically, they put it on like they set it to space apparently, and then it goes to like countries that not even play cricket, but it's good to see that they're trying to get global impact, global effect लाना चाह रहे हैं कि ताकि जगह spread हो World Cup, but it's gonna be fun. I think जो भी है schedule अच्छा आ गया finally 100 days 12 months when it comes you obviously get excited. अब सवाल ये है भाई पहले West Indies फिर Asia Cup फिर Australia फिर World Cup. How are you going to workload manage this thing?
They got it wrong already. Abhi West Indies की test team पूरा strong लेके चले आ रहे. अगर if you wanted to manage, that's where you should have managed the workload and then got them for the ODIs. लेकिन that's how they're going to go. Like you said, we शायद दिल पे ले लिए WTC का जो भी है.
100% by because
it's a difficult question. I think again India will have matches where they might be losing and a bit of luck or individual performance, but I still feel they'll get to the semi-finals. For semi-finals, we need a bit of luck on our side, and just hopefully that people are available. Jasprit Bumrah, even if he comes back, Fez, how good is he going to be? Rishabh Pant, if he comes back, like what level can he play? I don't think Rishabh Pant will come, but like Shreyas Iyer also. उन्हें कहा 8 महीने 9 महीने Shreyas Iyer गायब है भाई किधर है उन्हें मेरे को तो नहीं दिखा तो उन्हें कौन से level पे आएंगा? So these are a lot of questions, and it's going to impact the performance of the team. And you're up against some solid teams now. If you say one by one, like it's. England is a tough game. Australia is a tough game. South Africa, to a certain extent, is
Bangladesh is a tough game, bro. Bangladesh, the way they're performing. Bangladesh
but you expect to beat Bangladesh, okay? You expect to beat Bangladesh.
We expected in 2007 as well, but we got pelted.
And we expected in Australia also. We almost lost that. जब Leighton Das मारा था. Even Afghanistan, you expect to win, but again, how sure are you? If I tell you out of 10, give me the confidence level of India beating Afghanistan. You'll probably say 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. You won't say 10 out of 10 we're going to beat Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, but you
8 out of 10.
Yeah, but it's not those days now. You can say it's far like to have
100% जीतेंगे.
The odds are like to have a spoiler is more likely nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. But the problem I have, even if you have a spoiler, you can still qualify. But the problem is the other teams, the teams that I'm looking at, Australia, England, not even Australia. Let's say England, New Zealand, Pakistan. These are tough teams for India to beat. That is not going to be an upset if India lose. We will be upset and the whole media will show it as an upset. It won't be an upset. These are strong teams.
Yeah, it'll be look like it'll actually, in hindsight, if we're going to go that side and just look now, we can say like already you see it coming. You see it coming somewhere that even South Africa, like Ibrahim Bhai, who recently he joined us just now, but he keeps telling us that they're restructuring, they're rebuilding. So they might come up with a very good team.
Yeah, आप इंग्लैंड से खेल रहे लखनऊ में, ठीक है? अब लोग बोलेंगे बास्केटबॉल नहीं खेल सकते, वहाँ पे स्पिनिंग ट्रैक है, मगर आपके प्लेयर कौन से स्पिन खेलते हैं? आदिल रशीद, मोइन अली भी घुस जा सकते, समझ रहे? तो ये कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा जैसा पहले होता था.
बिल्कुल नहीं, कॉन्फिडेंस तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, बिकॉज अभी तो आप देख लो 4 tournaments back to back बिफोर द वर्ल्ड कप, एंड दीज आर ऑल 50 ओवर. इट्स नो वे 2020, like 2020 yes West Indies है, but after again ODIs, there's 2 tests, 3 ODIs, and then 7 T20 or whatever the format of West Indies is. Then you have a whole entire Asia Cup. Now in this, the problem that we have, जैसा आप बोले कि श्रेयस अय्यर आने वाला है, बुमराह, अगर वो दोनों आते कि इंजर हो गए, खत्म, आप भूल जाओ उन लोगों को.
हाँ.
Now you have already a team that is wear and tear के हालत पे. You have Siraj, Shami. Shami took off. Shami asked for an off because he knew भाई मेरी body नहीं take कर पाएगी अगर मैं आगे ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी खेलूंगा, मैं एशिया कप भी खेलूंगा, मैं वर्ल्ड कप. सो ही took a call. अब सिराज सेम, उमरान मलिक अब खेलने वाला, चलो उमरान is still fresh. You will have more or less the same team. You will not have to worry about it. But अगर इंजर हो गए जसप्रीत बुमराह, श्रेयस अय्यर, ऋषभ पंत, तो आप भूल जाओ, केएल राहुल आप भूल जाओ. You already have a 15-man squad. We can predict it probably after West Indies who's going to play, who's not going to play.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I agree with that. Now, the problem is we don't have that much time to prepare. Whatever they have to do, they have to prepare now. I just hope they get the team selection right. And I think you have to first look at the mistake they did last time was they gave so much importance to Bumrah that in the end, unhe nahi aa saka and they didn't have a proper backup. Like now, you need to start playing, like whether it's Arshdeep, whether it's Siraj, Shardul Thakur, जो भी है, you have to keep playing them and you go with the mindset कि इन लोग वर्ल्ड कप खेलने वाले. अगर जब तक बुमराह ठीक हो गया, कुछ अच्छा हो गया, is bowling well, then fine, he slots into the team. But you go in with the mentality that this is my squad right now, the current available. अब ये नहीं देखना कि अगर अय्यर वापस है या पंत वापस है. No, you look at what's available now and say this is my World Cup team, and you play every single one day like that. That's how I'm going to look at it. I'll just take a few comments, bro. When are tickets out? Where do they get them? So there's not announcement. There's no announcement yet. I think the ICC should launch it. Like, look, in general, the ICC launches it on their website. There's a specific time periods. They have, I think, 3-4 rounds where you can go and buy tickets from the website. एक specific time रहता है, आप उस वो time पे जाते हैं, and I think 4 round रहते हैं उसके, एक मतलब 4 अलग dates for you to try and get the tickets. मगर बाकी कुछ information मिला तो I'll definitely let you guys know. India versus Pakistan देखना life में एक बार, don't think इससे better chance मिलेगा.
Yeah, man, that's for sure. And again, 1,20,000 का, like you said, that odd, मतलब odd बोल रहा हूँ मैं, that chance of one ticket in 1,20,000 is possible. It's possible.
Yeah. India, but if I'm looking at it, the Ahmedabad game is probably the most possible to get a ticket. But the problem is it's Pakistan, India. Like, so 100,000.
And the problem with India is like already आधे लोग हैं, like you have corporate boxes that people are already there, and out of 1,20,000 probably only 50,000 goes to the public, and that's where it gets annoying, right? Like you already have people के हाँ भाई बड़े लोग तो obviously celebrities and all will get in somehow. Someone will get somehow, so it's like
दुबई में था तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता था हमारे को.
Yeah, नहीं होता था. You could just walk into the ground.
A new pitch has been prepared for Lucknow. Cannot say if it will be better. Yeah, I heard they're relaying the pitch and everything, but still, man, like they need to double check that Lucknow ground. Have you seen the warm up matches are going to be in Guwahati, Hyderabad, and Thiruvananthapuram? How do you say Trivandrum? This is Trivandrum, right?
Yeah, Trivandrum.
How do you say it?
Thiruvananthapuram. Puram or something like that.
Thiruvananthapuram. Yeah, but it's Trivandrum. अच्छा, मैं फैस को बताया ये वार्म अप मैचेस का हैदराबाद में रहेगा. इंडिया का वार्म अप मैच अगर हैदराबाद में तो क्रेजी रहेगा फुल, ब्रो. It will be more full than any other match in Hyderabad if India plays warm up game. So we'll go for that, Fez. But if you look at the other teams, Fez, England, where they're playing, Australia, New Zealand, how do you look at that? Like, venues for them, will they be looking at it in a specific way, or do you just think that because of IPL they don't mind wherever they're playing, they just go and
I think for Australia they're very well acclimatized based on what they just played in April, March and February, right? Like they played in Chennai, so they know that ground. I mean, Dharamsala mein I think IPL ka ek aadh match hua, so maybe whoever played for their respective team. Bangalore against small ground, everybody knows. Ahmedabad, they also know because they had the 4th test over there. So for Australia, they're more or less like they know it. England ko kafi time ho gaya, I think.
England have played there also, I think, during COVID and stuff. Ahmedabad and stuff.
Yeah. But it's still been like some time since they've played in India. So I think for them it'll probably be a little bit thing. But the way England are right now, Marthor, and they've got a lot of players who played the IPL this year as well, and like they've got enough weapons in their armory, right? So they can chop change, they can do whatever they want with this England team. So they have a lot of options. Yeah, that's what makes it helpful for them.
100%. I'm just looking at so India's Ibrahim Bhai Singh warm-up matches in Guwahati against England and qualifier in Trivandrum. So yeah, हैदराबाद
Hyderabad
में
out
नहीं है.
there.
हैदराबाद में नहीं है वार्म अप गेम इंडिया का. तो ये दो वार्म अप मैचेस है. अक्टूबर 8 उन लोग ऑस्ट्रेलिया वर्सेस इन चेन्नई, अफगानिस्तान इन दिल्ली अक्टूबर 11, 15 को पाकिस्तान अहमदाबाद, 19 को पुणे अगेंस्ट
That's the match
बांग्लादेश.
we can target. I think that's the match.
वो तो पुणे वन.
Yeah, because Pune, like I think Mumbai के बाद Pune light ले लेती public.
October 22nd, New Zealand Dharamshala, that'll be packed, bro. I think Dharamshala का, because छोटा ground है और New Zealand
Also,
अच्छा
there's
game
one
है
more
वो.
thing कि जो morning के matches रहने वाले हैं, it's going to be 10:30 a.m. and the evening matches are going to be 2 p.m.
इंडिया
So
मगर
that's
पिंडा 10:30 नहीं खेलने वाले हैं, देख लो.
वो देखना पड़ेगा. I think there is a day match, like there's one day match for India as well. So yeah, we'll
That's
have to see.
weird if that's true. If that's weird. But yeah, I saw that 10:30 is the
No,
date
they're
for-
all day and night. They're all day and night
Yeah,
for
India
India.
का
So
नहीं
you're
होता भाई. But there's 5-day games or 6-day games, something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's going to start 10:30. We'll go for those also. Why not?
New Zealand Pakistan is a day game because they're playing in Bengaluru in the morning.
Yo, that's a game we're going to target also. Bangalore mein is close. Like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
Why not? So yeah, so they play like I said, New Zealand Dharamshala 22nd, then 29th October they play England in Lucknow. November 2nd qualifier 2 in Mumbai, which is maybe Sri Lanka or Zimbabwe. Then they play November 5th South Africa and Kolkata. Then last qualifier they play in Bengaluru.
So yeah, like Ibrahim Bhai said, they play a match every Sunday. I
The
think
king plays on Sunday.
the Bangladesh match is on Thursday, and then there's one on the 11th or something. So I think yeah, more or less Sundays है, which is obviously because crowd pullers रहने वाले हैं online. India has
Bro,
to
and this is
play.
going to be festive period in India. I think a lot of people will be on holidays and stuff as well, right? Like Diwali ये सब रहता, Dasera,
guess.
huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's going to be crazy. Like मतलब atmosphere तो जबरदस्त रहेगा, but I'm sure it's going to be very packed, like India games for sure.
But yeah, it's just like मेरे को वही है कि भाई crowds आने वाले हैं for India matches. Yeah, it's just like
100% आते हैं, दूसरे नहीं
8
आते.
घंटे
हम लोग जाएंगे
मैचेस के लिए अपन
तो हम लोग
जाएंगे.
जाके कवर करेंगे, लोगों को बताएंगे, जो लोग पाकिस्तान में बैठे हैं, जो लोग साउथ अफ्रीका में बैठे हैं, जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में बैठे हैं, हम लोग बताएंगे क्या हो रहा. Bro, first England Australia was one game we have to target out of the things. One game is Pakistan versus Afghanistan. That's the game we have to target. These two games we gotta go watch, and then
Pakistan,
of course,
Afghanistan and Chennai.
Yeah.
It's not a bad match to watch.
Pakistan Afghanistan is amazing experience. I've watched it 2 times, I think, or 3 times. It's amazing experience.
But you watch it in a you watch
Yeah.
it in a place where it's like neutral, right? Like here,
Yeah.
it's going to be more or less like people might. But yeah, again, it's interesting because they both have like a derby.
There
kind
is
of
the
feel.
rivalry on the field as well between
Yeah.
the two teams. You can see that. But yeah, England versus Australia. Do you know where that game
Ahmedabad,
is?
Ahmedabad, yeah, Ahmedabad,
That's a
November
good
4th.
game.
That's a good game to go as well. I mean, there is England, Australia, and the couple of days that we're all excited about in the Lords. But yeah, I think World Cup का एक अलग मजा आने वाला है. Obviously, like you said, festive तो रहने वाला है. Who you get to see and what's going to happen, and yeah, Pakistan finally they're coming to terms and everything is sorted now. It's just about
Check karo, bhai. This is quality games we're gonna see, bro.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. New warm up matches, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go, man. First get the.
But मेरे को यही है भाई कि वार्म अप मैचेस अगर रखेंगे तो ये इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया कब फिट होगा भाई. लाइक सितंबर में इंडिया ऑस्ट्रेलिया है. When
उसका एक आध हफ्ते के बाद शुरू हो जाते हैं वार्म अप गेम्स.
yeah, it's gonna be too much workload, man. I don't know what India is gonna do.
अब ये भी सवाल है कि रोहित शर्मा इन लोग पूरा स्ट्रांग टीम खिलाएंगे क्या ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज के अगेंस्ट. दे माइट हैव टू बिकॉज़ इट्स जस्ट बिफोर द
Just
वर्ल्ड
before
कप.
World Cup, yeah.
अगर वहां पे इंजरी हुई तो
अब
प्रॉब्लम
सवाल ये है
आता
वेस्ट
आपको.
इंडीज के 3 या 4 कितने 3 ODIs या 5 ODIs whatever it is उधर कितना स्ट्रांग खिलाएंगे. एंड उत्तर सब जा रहे तो
उधर तो स्ट्रांग खिला रहे हो लोग.
yeah, that's what the
वो तो
problem is.
बनता स्ट्रांग खिलाना मगर टेस्ट मैचेस लाइट लेना था. आई डोंट नो व्हाई टेस्ट इतना स्ट्रांग करके गए. Because like you said, it's going to be back to back now. Asia Cup के बाद फिर ये series रहता, फिर warm up matches रहते. And warm up matches, if you remember, 2011 में full था crowd जब इंडिया खेल रहे थे. Sorry, when India was playing, it was pretty full. There was a game 2009 T20 World Cup. I don't know if you remember, India versus Pakistan warm up match. It was in Birmingham, I think, and it was packed. It was more packed than like the regular stage.
I think I
games or
remember
so-
that match.
Yeah, so like it depends on who's playing the warm up and stuff, but we'll definitely cover these because it's
There
going
was
to be the
one-
15.
There was one match also, I think, in Netherlands, India Pakistan. That was also full. I think very long time
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, but that was tri-series, India, Australia,
Tri
Pakistan.
series, and that
Yeah.
was still full. Yeah, I remember
Yeah, it
that
was
too.
full.
In fact.
But this Pakistan versus Australia, Pakistan, New Zealand will be a good game to cover because all 15, the 15 member squad will be there. We'll have an understanding. In warm up matches, it's important to see कि भाई कैसे बैटरी टीम कौन सा कॉम्बिनेशन खेल रहे, फॉर्म किसका है उस हिसाब से. But ये भी नहीं होना इतना सीरियस लेना warm up games फिर जाके टूर्नामेंट हार जाना.
Yeah, अब वही है ना बॉस, like just injuries नहीं होना. That's what I'm just hopeful that, and I'm hopeful अभी तक तो sustain हो जाएंगे. अब जसप्रीत बुमराह अगर आ गया, like you said, he just need. अब जसप्रीत बुमराह को यहाँ से every tournament खिलाना would make sense because his body will get used to it. Shreyas Iyer the same. But again, you need to rest Mohammad Siraj, you need to rest Virat Kohli, you need to rest Rohit Sharma himself. Shubman Gill has been playing non-stop cricket. Uh, एक ये पूरा साल का 6 महीने होने को आ रहे भाई, उन्हें नॉन स्टॉप खेल रहा हूँ. सो दीज गाइस हैव टू प्रॉब्ली रेस्ट. मे बी शुभमन इज यंगर देन द लॉट, बट लाइक फिर भी इट्स ऑलवेज गुड टू हैव हिम रेस्टेड. बट या जो स्केड्यूल आया, आई थिंक आई एम विद विनेश भाई, उससे सही लगा. इट्स गुड. यू नो, आप इंडिया पाकिस्तान फर्स्ट अगर डाल दिए तो पार्टी खत्म हो जाती. यू डोंट वांट टू फिनिश द पार्टी एट 11 o'clock. You want to, you know, sort of carry it on till the end of the night, and
It's
I think
India's
वही
third
अच्छा
or fourth game, right?
the
Pakistan.
third game, yeah, third or fourth game, yeah. So that's going to be in 8th, 11th, and then 15th. Yeah, so 15th is
Third
India
game,
Pakistan Ahmedabad, and it's going to be roaring to go. But the main thing is just the ticket should not be messed up. Like that just will really spoil the whole mood and mood that people are in right now. If that just goes smoothly, ICC probably has a good, better system than the India BCCI Council where PTM is partnered. But अब वो देखना है कि ICC के वेबसाइट पे कैसा चलने वाला है.
आईसीसी के वेबसाइट पे या हम लोग तो टिकट भी नहीं मिला तो विल वॉच इट ऑन टीवी बट आई विल गो एंड सी द
Yeah.
एटमॉस्फेयर. द मेन थिंग इज टू सी द आउटसाइड थिंग. लाइक ऑनेस्टली it's a World Cup. Like if you have the opportunity, go for it. But like watching on TV is a better experience if you want to just like enjoy the game itself. But if you want to have fun, atmosphere, and watch players live, of course, it's once in a lifetime. But India, mein, we don't know. Like Chirag bhai said, we don't know कब मौका मिलेगा India Pakistan का मैच देखना, right?
Yeah.
कितने लोग तड़प रहे होंगे कि भाई India Pakistan का मैच लगाओ. It's going to be the first time since 2016. So we don't know when you're going to get the next opportunity. So if you have that opportunity, if you have the ticket, then go for it. If not, you're still going to really enjoy it because TV पे भी जबरदस्त दिखता. Star Sports पूरे angles cover कर लेंगे and it'll be good. जियो नहीं दिखा रहे, right? World Cup Star Sports ही होगा.
Geo अभी तो मालूम होगा. Yeah, mostly Star Sports. They have a
Star
long term,
Sports,
yeah, they have a long term commitment with them. But
Yeah.
warm up matches तो चलते रहेंगे. I think warm up matches में भी मजा आने वाला है just to get the feel of how it's going to be. But going into the World Cup, I don't see India as the most strongest team at this point. I think
Who do you see
at-
as the strongest?
the strongest team right now, mentally wise, would be Australia for me because they just won the WTC and like they're probably eyeing that.
I'll tell
World
you,
Cup.
yeah, for me it's England, but because Australia, the thing is, like, I think they're going to be a bit knackered and limited overs. They're not as strong as test matches. That's what I feel. Abhi Stark, Cummins, Hazelwood. It'll be relatively easier to play them in Indian conditions. But still, of course, it's Australia. They have that winning mentality, and you can't count them out. But I'm going to go England just because of the way they're playing. They're dangerous team. Like I think in Bangalore, especially, they will be licking their lips, man. Josh Butler and these guys were like, "Bhai, Chinna Swami mein hamare ko
Yeah.
khilao." They will be waiting for that whenever
But-
they play at Bangalore.
But again, if Pakistan
And Pakistan is my
Pakistan has
is
a very good chance.
yeah, but so for me, I think that's what I was going to say. England and Pakistan for me are the teams to watch out for in this World Cup.
What about
India, of
Zimbabwe?
course.
Sikku has been trailing.
Yeah, अब Zimbabwe Pakistan जो हैदराबाद में most likely होगा. Zimbabwe अगर qualify करे तो that's a new rivalry. Remember the Mr.
T20
Bean
World Cup.
incident? Yeah, Mr. Bean
T20 World
incident.
Cup. He sold him the wrong tickets. But
तो
yeah, it's gonna be
वो
good.
भी रहेगा. Sir Bavuma will be lifting this trophy on November 19th.
What about Sir Bobby?
Wow, I love it. I love this outside out of the box prediction कि South Africa जीतने वाले World Cup. I like South Africa's team every World Cup, man, but they just don't know how to cross the line. पिछले उसमें मैं उन लोगों को ही back कर रहा था कि semi-final, final खेलना Netherlands से हार गए. I'll still back them again. I like their team. They have a very good squad. You know, their fast bowling is one of the top ones. They have a lot of experience playing in the IPL. So I'm all for it. But the problem is in World Cup situations and big games, they haven't stepped up to the mark. But yeah, South Africa, Pakistan, these teams are always dangerous teams. Pakistan, the reason why I keep saying it is because these conditions are similar. It's familiar to them, and they have the kind of squad which suits these conditions. They have fast bowlers who can exploit the reverse swing. They have spinners who can turn the ball. They have batsmen who can play spin. They have batsmen who can play the kind of low bounce. Rizwan and Babar, bro, on these pitches will be much more comfortable, right, than Australia, New Zealand, and stuff. They'll be much more comfortable.
Yeah, 100%.
Uh,
Netherlands will cause a few upsets, that's for sure. They'll be dangerous on flat wickets of Ahmedabad and Hyderabad. Yeah,
if
they
they
will be dangerous
qualify, they
if
won't
they
qualify.
qualify.
I
Right,
don't
most
think they'll
probably Sri
qualify.
Lanka and Zimbabwe at this point of time. But even Sri Lanka will be very, very roaring to go, and they've been good. I mean, Wanendu has got a hat trick of 5 first, man. He's ready to go already, and yeah, Sri Lanka are still, from what we've seen them, they're rising slowly at a good pace, and now they have good, much better players. Sri Lanka, Nisanka has been in good form. So I think they're also one team that Asia Cup aane wala hai, so we'll have more clarity from Asia who we can really look at. But I think
Bangladesh as
still,
well.
yeah, Bangladesh Shanto has been very good. Mushfiqar has been good. The क्या है उसका नाम Miraj Mehdi Hasan
Mehdi
Miraj has been.
Hasan, yeah.
So these guys are there as well. And again, we just have to wait and see. From Asia, we can't pick one particular team because India's form has just been so iffy lately. Now for India, the batting really needs to step up, and that's where it's all. It's more of a batsman kind of World Cup. If it's going to be flat tracks, then you'll probably see Virat Kohli, you'll see Rohit Sharma in the picture, right?
And one of the main questions that I have is that Australia is going to play Zampa, England is going to play Adil Rashid, Pakistan is going to play Shadab, Afghanistan will play Rashid Khan. South Africa will play उसका क्या नाम है lefty?
फंगीसो बोलने वाला था मैं वो
नहीं यार इमरान ताहिर नहीं अपना left arm भूल गया उसका नाम but Shamsi South Africa will play Shamsi but who will India play a leg spinner?
Kuldeep Bhai.
Will they play Kuldeep Bhai? Will they play Chahal Bhai? Who will they play? Will they play leg spinner? That is the main question. Because we
Yeah.
saw in current situations, एकदम से दो off spinners के साथ चले गए T20 World Cup में. Last 2 years ऐसा हो गया उन लोगों से. So I think that India have to play a leg spinner. They're playing at home. They're playing in these conditions. Leg spinners get you because 50 ओवर का गेम है 50 ओवर में आपको विकेट्स लेना जरूरी है आप खाली कंटेन नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे और आपको लेग स्पिनर बहुत जरूरी है so they have to play Kuldeep or Chahal one of them have to play I hope and whoever plays performs but yeah you have to play leg spinner bro that's my thing.
Yeah, I think, and they will, right? Because Kuldeep Bhai has been phenomenal. Again, I think now with Chahal and Kuldeep Bhai both in that squad in West Indies, that's going to be also again contention
it
of
might
whoever's
be
gonna
audition
play.
right like
Audition for him. Then again, you have Asia Cup. Then you have, so there are a lot of places. So I think this time India, the way they're going to plan it is like nobody should get a chance to come out and say, "Ke bhai, हमारे को तो मौका नहीं दिए." We had given everyone a chance in the last 3 months before the World Cup. Everyone is going to get a chance. Let it be Sanju Samson, let it be Shubman Gill, let it be Ishan Kishan, let it be Shrikar Bharat also in the test squad. But I'm just saying, one day specifically, you can't complain. Sanju is also in that team. Everybody's in that team, so they have the best option to pick the best team at this
आपका
point.
कीपर कौन है
मेरा कीपर वर्ल्ड कप के लिए
अभी अगर आपको लेना है like अभी अगर आपको चूज करना है तो of course it will change but
Sanju Samson.
Samson.
Much safe pair of hands.
And this is considering Pant is out and Rahul is out, or this is considering only Pant is out?
No, Rahul out. Pant is my keeper if Pant is playing because Pant, like we know, at least.
No, if KL Rahul is fit, then is he gonna keep for you?
No, KL Rahul never keep for me.
Ishan Kishan?
Ishan, I would go for Sanju Samson right now. I know he's not the best with the bat at this point of time, but he gives me more confidence than Ishan Kishan.
But what have you seen? Is it his previous ODI average and stats? Is that what's giving you confidence? What have you seen recently? That
ODI average plus he's been a leader. So I have that leader perspective of him that he knows how to assess the field conditions. He has a much keener eye and a much keen observer of the game from the back. And, that's what people like. I mean, I'm not going to compare him to Dhoni, but that's the difference that can be made from the back of the stumps. And that's what Sanju Samson gives me over Ishan Kishan.
Bro, तुम देख लो warm-up game में अगर उन्हें खेला तो Trivandrum में it's going to be next level.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a World Cup final atmosphere. ICC doesn't want to associate teams in World Cup. Then also they don't organize any matches for them with big teams. How will they improve? I miss Tri-Series where usually...
Yeah, Tri-Series तो गायब हो गया, bro. Like Tri-Series कितना देखते थे यार growing up. Like next.
The most important point here is that how will they improve if you're not going to play against big teams? आप उन लोग को एकदम से World Cup में लेके जाते, and this is going to be the last World Cup. There's only 2 associate. From the next World Cup onwards, there's going to be more associate teams. मगर आप ये balance कैसा आएगा? Like competitiveness कैसा आएगा जब नहीं खेलेंगे? You have to do tours like Netherlands, Pakistan need to play more often. I know they played last summer, but they have to play more often. Ireland has to go more often. Freaking Oman has to go play in India. They have to do these things if you want to have a more competitive
Yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
Kuldeep
100.
will play with Jadeja. Vinesh bhai बोल रहे Andy bhai in the house. क्या बोल रही public? We won't give it back. Remember that first 2015
Yeah,
World Cup? We won't
One
give
game
it back.
away. We had to give it back.
I have a question. मेरे को याद आया. अब ये मौका मौका का ऐड बना सकते नहीं बना सकते बिकॉज T20 वर्ल्ड कप
बिल्कुल
में हार
बनाते,
गए थे.
बिल्कुल बनाते भाई. अपने वाले बेगरत है, अपने वाले कुछ भी करके मार्केटिंग एडवर्टाइजिंग के लिए बिल्कुल बनाते भाई, सब बनाते.
नहीं मगर T20 तो कैसा बनेंगे T20 वर्ल्ड कप तो
It's that time of the year
क्या
बोल
will
के
they make it
बनाते.
50 over specific?
Yeah, 50 or specific, or maybe just they'll probably add the T20 loss and just be like, हाँ भाई 50-50 रखेंगे, इसी neutral. So it's like there's marketing gimmick and everything, तो होगा ही वो चीज.
वो भाई यही मैच है. और for all the people say Pakistan कहाँ खेलेगा नहीं खेलेगा, there you go, your answer is there. Pakistan is playing in Hyderabad, they're playing in Chennai, I think they're playing in Bangalore also, and they were
Yeah.
playing in Ahmedabad. Pakistan only playing in 5, which is the least I think out of the
Kolkata.
teams. And they're playing Kolkata. With the 5 venues Pakistan is playing at, 5 or 6, and India is playing in 9 venues. All the venues except for Hyderabad, basically.
Yeah, that's the worst. Why do you not play in Hyderabad, यार?
संजू सैमसन वर्ल्ड कप टीम में नहीं होगा बोल रहे हैं एंडी भाई.
देखेंगे, अभी ऑडिशन का मौका है, so I think everybody is going to get chance. You'll see Surya Kumar Yadav as well. अगर श्रेयस अय्यर fit नहीं हुआ तो he's the only one there in number 4. So you most probably you can give World Cup 15. Very honestly, probably like by August, September you'll know हाँ भाई इनला है इनला नहीं है.
रोहित गिल, विराट, स्काई, संजू. अच्छा ये पूरा if Umrah is not then Ashdeep or Umrah and Shadow is back up. Also India versus Pakistan on Babar Azam's birthday fest.
Yeah, that's gonna be insane. They're gonna cut a cake for him, pretty sure.
That is gonna be an insane game. I just can't wait, man. Wherever we'll be watching it, it's gonna be incredible. India versus Pakistan back in India.
It'll be much more fun. Like stadium, yes, it'll be fun. Like, but I think with fan zones, I'm pretty sure they'll come up with fan zones and stuff. You'll find those as well.
Yeah.
So those are also gonna be next level.
Yeah. Otherwise, you just come to our house. MLA colony.
Anyway,
bro, we'll make a. हम लोग माहौल बनाएंगे. Bro, first you trust me. Watching Shaheen Naseem, you're gonna really enjoy it, bro.
I can't wait, man.
It's gonna be fun. मौका ऐड बनाओ. हिम्मत 2021 में खत्म हो गया, पोपट हो गया था. या वही पूछ रहा हूँ मैं, उस हिसाब से पूछ रहा था. I feel sad for Nepal.
They have an air population crazy for why I don't like UAE, Oman, etc. Which expect India. I mean, see, UAE, Oman, USA, and all of these guys, they expect Indian player, but like these are the players who don't get a chance in India, so you have to travel somewhere. Papi Pet ka sawal hai, and they go. Yeah, it was very good thing to see कि नेपाल जिस तरीके से क्वालिफाई हुआ. ड्रामा लोग हम ट्रीज पे चढ़ के देखे मुस्तफा. I don't know if you remember that match, and they won. But again, देखो भाई, अब टीम बनाया. At the end of the day, they got their chance. But again, it's not like they qualified, right? Like
Yeah.
you still have
I
Sri
mean,
Lanka, Zimbabwe
like,
coming through.
Nepal में जो matches हो रहे थे, the crazy backing. I understand what he's saying. Like, you know, they have a native population. It's good to see they're like, you know, taking so much interest in cricket. अच्छा दिख रहा. मगर I'll just tell you one thing. You see the England team is full of expats. No one really talks about it. But Faiz, you can tell me, Ben Stokes, where is he from?
Ireland, where is he from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah.
Moin Ali, Pakistan. आपके
Yeah,
Owen
yeah.
Morgan, Ireland के थे. क्या बोलते सो और Jofra Archer, West Indies.
West Indies.
Jason Roy, South Africa.
Shivaran Chandrapal, India.
तो यही है कि like वो तो it's okay, but I understand where you're coming from. Hyderabad have 2 warm-up matches and 3 World Cup matches. That's why India are not playing.
Hyderabad have nothing India specific, right? They have everything.
So he's saying
everyone
that's why they don't have India specific because they have 2 warm-up matches and they have 3 World Cup matches.
सूर्या भाव का ओडीआई का स्टैट्स अच्छा नहीं है, वर्ल्ड कप में मुश्किल होगा. आई मीन सिलेक्शन का क्राइटेरिया अब यहाँ से शुरू है. आप ये सोचो कि वेस्ट इंडीज से लेके ऑस्ट्रेलिया तक जितने भी मैचेस होंगे उसके ऊपर असेसमेंट होगी, उसके इंजरीज के बेसिस पे आपकी 15 सेलेक्ट होगी. प्री डिटरमाइन कर नहीं सकते अभी आप कुछ भी. आई एम टेलिंग यू, सितंबर, मिड सितंबर से पहले या जस्ट बिफोर द ऑस्ट्रेलिया यू विल नो हु इज गोना बी इन दैट टीम.
मेरे को ये भी करना पड़ेगा फैज. मेरे को ऐसा दिख रहा बिकॉज ऑफ इंजरीज एंड लाइक वी हैव सफर्ड अ लॉट बिकॉज ऑफ इंजरीज इन द लास्ट फ्यू इयर्स. यू विल हैव टू गिव have an extra player playing in each position and test them out in this last.
That's what it is. Like you're gonna have backup. Like जैसा कैसा रहने वाला है.
आप ईशान किशन, संजू सैमसन दोनों को खिलाओ और देखो. लाइक सीरीज खिलाओ, एक गेम ऑल्टरनेट करके देखो. या 2 गेम खिलाओ, एक
Try
को
everybody at
1
different
घंटा.
positions so that you
Yeah.
can understand what's the best combination in case of those in case अगर इन्हें नहीं चला तो क्या कर सकते type backup. So that's what
या
it is. Let's.
बॉलिंग वाइज ऑल्सो लाइक मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ अर्शदीप को लेके आओ. आई डोंट नो, मोहसिन तो अभी इंजरी है, मगर दूसरे प्लेयर्स को लेके आओ.
Mohsin खेला ना IPL. I don't know if he's injured.
But he's not fully fit. He didn't look fully fit in the
शुद्धवीर
IPL.
युद्धवीर सिंह को लाना था यार. He's
Yeah,
fast.
try.
उमरान मलिक को खिलाओ. उमरान मलिक को वेरिएशन
Yeah,
सिखाओ.
khilao and see, because अगर if you're going to play the same bowling attack every game and then you go to the World Cup, आपके लग जा सकते. So it's difficult. Even 2011 India played almost the same team until the final, especially the bowling attack. मगर final में क्या हुआ? Ashish Nehra, was it, got injured against Pakistan, and then it was Srishant who played.
Yeah.
So in the final, so you have to have players ready.
I will be going to watch India South Africa just because of my birthday boy will play. Yeah, 100%. You beat Babar Bhai. Oh, my birthday boy who? Virat? It's Virat's birthday, right? I don't know
November में
whose birthday
विराट
it
का,
was.
I don't. Yeah, विराट कोहली
Yeah,
ही है.
Virat's birthday. Yeah.
हाँ.
I want to see Shaheen. Oh, yeah, that's going to be juicy affair. And Shaheen has a bit of an edge on that top order of India, right? So it's going to be.
He does, yeah. I mean, him playing. And Ahmedabad Faiz also, we know second innings में IPL में देखते थे कि ball swing होता था. So don't be surprised. Like, it'll be a good
Yeah,
challenge.
Shami Bhai is there. No, Shami Bhai is the man with the Gujarat Titans. The way he used to get his string and
Yeah,
power
he used
play
to.
will be important to see.
उन्हें
That.
कैसा डालता था, like swing अच्छा कराता था. So it'll be important. Also, maybe we might see hints of reverse swing. We might see with the old ball a bit of movement. So it'll be good to see.
I think
पाकिस्तान
a
के
monsoon है
ज्यादा.
यार. बस वही है कि monsoon probably October November उतना नहीं रहेगा, but you never know. Recurring monsoon आ सकता है इंडिया में. I just hope it doesn't spoil anything.
ये पाकिस्तान के ज्यादातर मैच साउथ में क्यों रखे गए हैं? ये तो यही एक्सपेक्टेड था, बिकॉज टू कीप द ड्रामा लो एंड ट्राई टू कीप इट इन सिटीज वेयर इट्स या उतना ड्रामा नहीं होगा.
I mean, it's according to the comfort of the team. I think वो PCB and whatever issues are there, just to avoid any kind of arguments or say कि भाई हमारे को यहाँ लगाना था हमारे. I think they just made very neutrally. However, Pakistan wanted at the best interest of both countries. I think.
And it's yeah, look, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore में they played there before as well. Like, I think it's just there's gonna be less drama in those cities. Surya
Yeah, like
bhai,
if you look at Australia as well, I mean they're playing in South mostly, but they have a match out in Pune and stuff like that. But yeah, कहीं ना कहीं adjust हो जाता. Like Kolkata में खेरी Pakistan, they weren't playing in Ahmedabad, so yeah, they're playing pretty much balanced only. But yeah,
खाली
more in
किधर
this
वहाँ पे नहीं खेल रहे, धर्मशाला दिल्ली और
Dharamshala,
बॉम्बे.
Delhi, Mumbai, Pune, yeah, they're not playing there.
What about zero left-handers in top 4? फिर कोई
That is where
left.
Jaiswal might come up, right? Like if Jaiswal has an opportunity right now to come in, but again, it's not probably 100% because
But that's
Rohit or
test matches, no?
Suman he's not in the one day squad.
I don't know if he is. Maybe he might be.
Acha, I'll check. Wait.
India tour of Ireland schedule has been. Oh, I forgot about this, bro. After West Indies,
Yeah,
you're going Ireland.
yeah.
But इसमें
अरे
हार्दिक
रे.
पांड्या या उन लोग रहेंगे. It'll be kids. I don't think Rohit and these guys will play these 320 series. August and Malahide. Even last year they had a T20 series. I remember Hardik Pandya was captain. That time the Indian team was playing a test match and Hardik Pandya led a team in Ireland. But in that one I don't think they're going to take their full strength. इंडिया वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका फाइनल चाहिए, एटलीस्ट एक टीम चोकर टैग से निकले. अब भाई हम लोग
South Africa should come, right? South Africa should come to this final first. That's also one thing.
Yeah, I mean India has a good chance to make it to the semi-finals playing at home, but we're saying that because they're playing at home. If you see on paper, it is difficult for India also. It won't be easy, especially with availability of players and everything. उतना आसान नहीं होगा. If Bumrah was fit, Pant was fit, I would say easy semi-final. फिर भी गारंटी नहीं जीतेंगे बोल के. अब यहाँ पे मेरे को सेमीफाइनल भी थोड़ा सा औकात दिख सकता है, बट इट विल बी अ ह्यूज प्रॉब्लम इफ दे डोंट मेक इट.
ये तो है.
ट्रॉफी स्पेस में क्यों ले गए थे? सीधे नहीं लॉन्च कर सकते थे.
कुछ तो भी एंटेक्स करना रहता ना, मार्केटिंग के लिए कुछ तो नया करेंगे. देन ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट बताने के लिए दे शो डिफरेंट कंट्रीज, दे ट्राइंग टू गेट इट अक्रॉस बॉर्डर्स. कहाँ की पापा न्यू गिनी, कहाँ की लेके गए इसको तो. बट या बहरीन एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस प्लेसेस, इट्स गुड.
इट्स द एआई जनरेशन.
या अक्टूबर नवंबर में काफी ड्यू तो होगा भाई. दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. ग्रिपिंग प्रॉब्लम हो सकती बॉल को.
लास्ट टाइम वर्ल्ड कप मार्च में हुआ था ना इंडिया में 2011 में. गर्मी में. वो आईपीएल की वजह से नहीं कर रहे शायद. रिंकू सिंह, दीपक खुदा एक्साइटेड फॉर आयरलैंड सीरीज. दीपक खुदा बी लाइक अभी मजा आएगा ना विडो. Did you see that Sehwag said that Dhoni had a superstition during 2011 World Cup where he ate only khichdi for whole World Cup and India kept winning? I had no clue.
I have no clue as well. I
I
know.
knew that the Indian team is superstitious. Ganguly and these guys were superstitious, but I didn't know he ate khichdi for the whole World Cup.
Yeah, no
Even in
idea.
that वर्ल्ड कप यू रिमेंबर उसमें साउथ अफ्रीका से हारे इंग्लैंड से ड्रॉ करे थे ऑस्ट्रेलिया से क्वार्टर फाइनल में ऑलमोस्ट हार गए थे आप तो वो भी ट्रिकी था वर्ल्ड कप एंड ये भी इतना आसान नहीं रहेगा इट इट विल बी अ बिट टफ it won't
Yeah,
be easy with main teams playing so less ODI games nowadays. We might see that gap between the teams will be really less. Yeah, 100%. The gap will be less, and it's a 10-team tournament, so most of the games will be competitive. You won't have that
competitive.
odd game against like Canada, USA, Jack. You can spank them. It's not going to be like that. Like Zimbabwe might be a tricky game too, and Sri Lanka can be a
Bangladesh,
tricky.
Afghanistan,
These
everyone's
are
gonna be
competitive matches, especially like the Bangladesh, Afghanistan. I think the likes of Australia, England, New Zealand have to also be wary of them because in these conditions, they pose a different threat, a different challenge. So even like the big teams from the SANA countries have to be aware of this. New Zealand as well. When they're playing against Afghanistan, Sri Lanka, it's going to be a different thing. Of course, they also have knowledge of playing in subcontinental conditions in India. Like, and they have to be thoda sa aware.
And
And thoda
Rashid
sa-
Khan, man, Rashid Khan going to be special for Afghanistan and India. He is
yeah.
leg spin at this point of time, and you know how many wickets he's getting every tournament in India. So it's going to be fun to watch him. Also, like basically कोई भी मार सकता है वो अफगानिस्तान की टीम में उठा के अगर बेसबॉल शुरू कर दे उनका ओडीआई फॉर्मेट पे तो मजा आ जाएगा.
I देखो just I started watching cricket from 2011 June just after the World Cup.
Ah, I think I saw the World Cup and decided to then carry on. I think मेरे हिसाब से जैसे World Cup was emotion as well. So yeah,
Yeah, this is my first World Cup was 99. So 99, 2003,
yeah.
2007,
Sick.
11, 15, 19, 20. This is like a sixth or seventh World Cup. Shit, बड़े हो जा रहे हैं. But yeah, I think first also there's a big game tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow. Starts Thursday.
It's first Thursday. I thought it's tomorrow.
No, it's Thursday.
England versus Australia. You sure about that, mate?
E-
नहीं यार वो
Yep.
कल है
कल है अच्छा.
we have to do the preview now first कहाँ
Yeah.
किधर से तू मेरे को डरा
मैं-
दिया told you man ईद के दिन है मैच
कल थर्सडे है. अच्छा ओके हमारे का ईद थर्सडे को है. सो आई लाइक
अच्छा ओ थर्सडे को ईद इंडिया में अच्छा अच्छा नहीं हमारे पास कल ईद है तो कल ही मैच है tomorrow Australia versus England at Lord's the second test match it's going to be a banger bro the
it's
press
gonna
con
be insane. I'm already they've given out their 11 right. England solid. Josh Tongue coming in for Moeen Ali. That's the only change, and surprising no spinner now for England. So it's gonna be very tricky how they're gonna play that one out.
this
They're
is the
going
situation right now
pass ball zero, basic cricket knowledge.
yeah,
one.
so that is the thing. No Moeen Ali, so they've got Tongue in the team. So they're playing 4 fast bowlers, right? England for this match. They've announced their 11.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've announced their 11. So yes, you were
It's the
saying.
same except just Josh Tongue in for Moeen Ali, and yeah, it's just tricky because I would like to see a spinner just for a bit of a differential, but yeah, Josh Tongue just got into the England squad. He was decent in Ireland, decent pace as well, but I don't know.
Where's Mark Wood, bro?
Mark Wood probably again some injury must have picked up, which we're not sure about. But again, James Anderson and Josh Tongue दोनों नहीं चले तो will that be a very big backfire for
Of course
England?
it will.
Because it will, right? So I mean, I don't know. It's just going to see.
Exactly what Ibrahim is saying. Josh Tongue ahead of Woods, Wokes, and Potts. Man, Potts did well last
Yeah,
year as
Potts
well.
did
If you
well,
remember
yeah.
against New Zealand, India, he did well. He's ahead of him. That's surprising, but this is how Ben Stokes captains. This is how he plays the game. He takes risks. He takes gambles. Maybe it's the fact that Australia haven't played him too much. Maybe he's in good rhythm in the nets, or maybe it's the other players are not fully fit. Like Faz said, we don't know what the exact answer is, but it is surprising that he's playing ahead of these guys, Josh Tongue, and it'll be a major test for him. But I'm sure with the captain, the belief that he has in him, he'll come out strong with a bit of confidence. And bro, Faz, Ollie Robinson का धज्जियां उड़ा रहे हैं Australia media वाले. Michael Clark went after him. Mark Waugh probably went after him. Matthew Hayden went after him. They're all telling me shut up. He bowls at 120 kilometers per hour. He's only in the team because Archer's not fit. ये वो क्या क्या की बोल रहे. But
And on the other side, if you see Pat Cummins' interview, he's like, we don't want to get into war of words with England, and it's funny. He's more mellow, he's more down to earth, and these guys are going ballistically after him. अब वो तो कुछ करना पड़ता ना. Like the Australia like to have a little bit of an argument, heat create करना. And Ollie Robinson, man, if he had a little bit of swing, you see his bowling. We've seen in flat wickets, पाकिस्तान में भाई उन्हें बहुत जबरदस्त बॉलर है. अगर उसको थोड़ा अच्छा स्विंग मिला agar he's able to, with dal ke, zip it in, then it's gonna be insane.
Yeah, but I just want to see what pace Tongue is going to bowl. I didn't see that Ireland game. I don't remember that Ireland game,
He's
but
140 plus.
he's
He's
140.
140 plus.
If Ibrahim Bhai or you can tell me how much his speed was, because I'm going to keep an eye on the speedometer. I think they need some quick bowling as well, because you have Broad, Anderson, and Robinson bowl mid 130s, early 130s, but you need somebody 140 plus. So hopefully he can provide that with his speed. Because it'll be important. And Australia, I think, have to make the decision between Stark and Boland. They've announced
Yeah.
their 12, and they have to choose between Boland and Stark. Ideally, maybe they would have gone Boland at Lords and Stark at Edgbaston, because it was a bit flatter. Here, Boland might get some movement, bowling with the slope and everything. It might help him out. But how do you look at it? Because the thing that you had about Stark in the WTC, Boland did the same thing. He was very expensive. It was similar figures for both of them in 2 matches. So how do you assess this?
अब देखो जिस तरीके से पिच है अभी तो ग्रीन बोल रहे हैं saying it's a green track bounce and space is on offer so I think
शेव हो जाता ग्रास
शेव तो हो जाता ग्रास but again left armer का angle अच्छा रहता for again the likes of Nathan Lyon and the marks and stuff but मेरे को तो लगता है I think Mitchell Starc should get an opportunity ahead of her. Yes, Boland was accurate and stuff. He did get keen, the main kind of wickets in intervals, but मेरे हिसाब से just to keep Mitchell Starc for that left arm, I would like to see Mitchell Starc for the pace and stuff.
Yeah, and the opening wise, we've seen Australia. Khwaja doing amazing. Warner not to the level that we expect, but he still did decent job. So the Australian openers were, much better than the England openers. A lot of pressure on Crawley and especially Duckett. Man, Duckett उन्हें leave छोड़ता ही नहीं ball को
outside
भाई.
of stump. Yeah, he has that issue in the offside of stump, right? Like, वही तो बोले like has Australia found Ollie Pope's weakness and that you could see it like Ben Duckett's weakness outside of stump पे उन्हें मारने जाता ही जाता. He really needs to control on it. I know baseball here and stuff, but these are mistakes. These aren't like good mistakes. Like good mistake would be hitting a shot and getting out. This is like repeatedly you're a repeated offender of this kind of outside of stump trap.
Yeah, 100%. I think he has to be a bit more careful, especially Lords में खेल रहे अगर movement है हर shot आप नहीं खेलने जा सकते yeah play baseball attacking खेलो but थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगा के and from the middle orders perspective as well, Joe Root is in fantastic form. Australia के लिए Smith and उनका उल्टा चल रहा है like Smith Labuschagne head नहीं चले उतना, especially Smith and Labuschagne. That could be a worrying sign also for England कि भाई Smith और Labuschagne अभी नहीं चल रहे, or it could be a worrying sign for Australia that their biggest two players haven't really hit the ground running yet. How do you see them at Lords? Both these two guys, Labuschagne, you've been very worried about him. Do you think he'll continue his poor form? And Steve Smith also, what do you think?
Yeah, I think for Labuschagne, I just feel like he'll still be under a little bit of pressure. With Steve Smith, we know how good he is in England. So, मेरे हिसाब से Steve Smith will come out of it easily. He's got a very good record in England. Maybe we've seen that in the WTC also, the way he shrugged off everything and played his natural game and he got 100, right? So, मेरे हिसाब से yeah, it's important for them both to perform because then you see a collapse with the middle order. Agar break ho gaye, then again. Travis Head is good, but again, he's a iffy character as well. I mean, he got a 50, but again, he's still an iffy character. Then comes Alex Carey and Pat Cummins and that. So they need that bridge with Labuschagne and Smith to be built immediately so that they have a longer sort of sustenance. Or else, if England can have someone like we would expect Mark Wood, but like maybe if it's Tongue who's going to come and sort of finish the tail, then it'll be hard for Australia.
Mm-hmm. What I'll just take a few comments. Knockout match में इंडिया बैट्समैन चोक क्यों करते हैं?
Knockout मैच में इंडिया
ज्यादा रिस्पांसिबिलिटी के साथ खेलते हैं, थोड़ा डर रहता है कि भाई लाइक मैच जीतना थोड़ा टेंटेटिव हो जाते एंड ये होता है फिर
अप्रोच चेंज हो जाता है पूरा मेंटालिटी और इंटेंट चेंज हो जाती है. आप देख लो लाइक इवन इन द T20 वर्ल्ड कप अच्छा ही खेले टिल व्हाटएवर टाइम वी केम सेमीज में. But then England ke against, we just went in this sort of defensive approach and we started getting scared, throwing away wickets, short ball attack. And again, in the recent time, India has overcome the short ball problems. But once you are scared and people are attacking you with that similar kind of a delivery, which you have a bit of a problem with, then you just sort of go into a defensive thing and put more pressure than what was already required. And then up implode ho jate thoda bahut.
अगर मैं 10 ओवर बैटिंग कर लूँ तो कोई बॉलर मुझे आउट नहीं कर सकता. मैं सिर्फ अपने गलती से आउट हो सकता हूँ. रोहित शर्मा. Yeah, he said this in an interview. I remember that interview.
Confidence रखने कुछ भी बोल सकते to look strong, but then there are facts against him as well. But फिर भी like देखेंगे 10 ओवर से ज़्यादा बैट तो कर लो पहले आप.
Wood was not selected as he's not fit, and Vokes and Potts missed out because they're similar to Anderson, Broad, and Robinson. Yeah, I mean it's still a gamble though. And I don't think any other captain would have taken it. They would have probably gone with maybe a Vokes or something like that. But yes, if Wood is not fit, then okay, fine. Then I understand him not being selected. Otherwise, Wood would be my guy for this game. At Lord's extra pace, I think he would have troubled the Australian batters. So he's not fit, so you can't do anything about that. Um,
Mm.
he also probably has one eye on the World Cup because he's important player for them in white ball too. Mark Wood.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%. And it's good exposure for Josh Tongue as well. I mean, he's not, heavily assessed by Australia because he's just played the one tournament. So I think that's also good to have a sort of a newbie into the team so that you don't have a lot of, the opposition doesn't have a lot of knowledge of what this guy's capable of doing. So I think in that aspect also maybe Ben Stokes is keeping him like a secret weapon. So it's good to see
Benny.
what he's going to be able to do.
एंडी भाई पूछ रहे चाहल वर्ल्ड कप टीम में होगा क्या स्क्वाड 15 में वर्ल्ड कप 15 में
Yeah, based on Bangalore में अगर matches हो रहे, we know what he's able to do. So yeah, I guess he's gonna be there. He's an experienced guy. तो आप experience को तो नहीं बोल सकते, but again आप खिलाना नहीं खिलाना, again that's next issue. But he was bowling decent in this IPL. We saw him get a couple of good wickets. So was Kuldeep Bhai. Now that's the thing. Up left armour, right armour का option रखो. That's still a
you
healthy
can
competition.
you can put both of them in the squad पर एक को खिलाना वैसा कर सकते हैं like
Yeah.
First time for the fantasy picks for tomorrow. You ready?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
जी जना बताइए
I'm going to go with Ben Duckett because I feel there's been a lot of criticism with him in the upside of some. So I'm going to go with Ben Duckett.
इतना बड़ा है कि हम बोला out of the blue. I did not expect that.
Because it just we've seen he has potential. He has good power in him. He just needs to sort of hold his nerve on that outside of some kind of a trap, or else he can get to beginnings. We've seen that in Pakistan as well. Him and Zach Crawley had a very good opening partnership there. But yeah, again, just gonna go for the sake of saying it because yeah, it's always good to back someone when they're down. I know Mustafa is going to go with Harry Brook. There's no doubt I'm going to go with Harry Brook. From Australia, I'm going to go with Steve Smith because first innings में अगर आप Steve Smith को देखो 16 runs मारा, yes, but again he did soak in a lot of pressure, 59 odd deliveries खेला उन्हें. I'm pretty sure he'll come back in good form. Probably you'll see him get 100 in this match.
Steve Smith. So you're going one player each.
If you want, we can go two as well. Like
Bowler दे दो.
Bowler के लिए I'll go with Jimmy because Jimmy has to bounce back and there might be a little bit of swing for him this time around. The conditions are also tricky, by the way. बारिश होने के भी there are chances होने वाली है. I mean, initially sun है and it'll be good in dry, but then over the course of the 5 days there is rain expected.
There is?
But yeah, there is, yeah, and then there's like interruptions, like shower interruptions.
कल तो sunny है शायद नहीं?
कल तो sunny है. So yeah, Jimmy from there, and from here I'm going to go with Nathan Lyon. 100 test and 5 wickets away from.
He was my pick in the last game. He did pretty well for me. But the thing, what interesting you said was about the weather because Lords में overcast बहुत effect हो सकता है. It can take the pitch out of the equation, kind of. I mean, change the dynamics of the pitch because Lords in general could be a flat wicket if the sun is out and everything. But अगर overcast हो गया, the ball will start zipping and it will become challenging for the batters. So that is also going to be a key to look out for. For me, I'll go with Robinson. I think he's in the limelight right now. Everybody's talking about him, especially in Australia, and it'll just be a good story, right? He's taking wickets and he keeps celebrating like that and keeps giving them send-offs. It'll go get under the skin of not only the Australian ex-players, but even the current players at one point will start feeling it, I'm sure. So Robinson, I'm going my bowler from Australia. Pat Cummins, I think he's been outstanding with the ball even in the last game. Zabardast tha and a bad ball dono ke saath. So I'll go with Pat Cummins at Lords. I will back him. With the batting perspective from Australia, it has to be the guy in form, Usman Khawaja. Yeah, it has to be him. Like he's in form, he's doing.
What about David Warner? Do you have any expectation from David Warner?
I mean, slowly, he's not as bad what he did in 2019. So I think yes, I do have expectations. Again, I'm not 100% confident. That's why I'm not picking him. But I won't be surprised if he gets a big score because he's slowly getting there. Even if he doesn't get 100, bro, if he gets to 70, 80, that will be a good game for him, a good innings for him. So I think that's the next step. At least he's getting out of those 0 to 10 mark. He's getting those 20s, 30s, 40s. Now it's converting that into 50s and then into 100s. I'm expecting something from him, but like yeah, not as much as maybe from a Smith or a Labuschagne
Usman.
or Khwaja. Yeah, and from England, I actually wanted to pick Johnny Bairstow, but because you said Harry Brook, I'll go with Harry Brook, man. I think he's a legend.
Harris the wizard, man. He's going to
He'll do
smash
well.
it.
The reason why I was saying Bairstow is just that he's coming back from a long injury and he padded pretty well, like
Very well. Yeah.
considering all that. So he's still in very good form. It looks like it. But yes, Harry Brook again. He looked solid in those both innings. दोनों innings में 40 मारा शायद नहीं उन्हें.
First inning का तो dismissal बहुत बेचारे का.
बहुत unlucky था उन्हें. He's looking confident. He's not having trouble with that extra pace. Shot selection is outstanding. अब उन्हें aggressive तो खेलने वाला है. If he comes in, bro, like at 200 for two, it'll be amazing to watch. Hopefully, like but even if he comes in a counter-attacking innings, 90 for four, Harry Brook comes in or 90 for three, he can take that score to 200-300. He has that ability. So yeah, I'm hoping that Harry Brook does well for England, mate.
Yeah, it's going to be feisty. It's going to be spicy because 1-0 and Ben Stokes, all that criticism and stuff. And, Australia potentially on the verge of, if they get this, then they'll be on a good line in course of a series win in England, right? Since probably 2001. So, yeah, it's going to be very.
Yeah, and what Faz said, Cricinfo said the similar thing. The forecast is fine for the opening day, but there's a chance of some interruptions after that.
Yeah.
Pitch, there's tinge of green, and but there's expectation of more pace and bounce. I think that's what they're playing. Understand? Yeah.
Chirag Bhai is asking you the biggest question of the year. I think he knows your other podcast.
How the hell does he know that? I think I mentioned it before.
Yeah.
Did I mention it before? Yeah, I'm
guess,
watching it, baby, every night, man. Whenever before I sleep. The thing is, I'm passing out. Like I finish work a bit late, and then I put it on, and like 15-20 minutes देख के सो जा रहा हूँ, but then I catch it up the next night. So yeah, I'm watching it, bro. My favorite guy, they kicked him out in 10 hours.
Puneet.
Star, baby. Superstar Puneet. Yeah, they kicked him out, but I'm watching it, bro. Yeah, I'm weird like that. I hope you don't judge me. हम लोग तो देखते हैं भाई, छोड़ते नहीं बिग बॉस को. तो ओटीटी भी देखेंगे, टीटीटी भी देखेंगे, कुछ भी देखेंगे. There's a Lebanese guy there as well, Faz. It feels like my school all over again.
Who?
School. There's a guy called Jad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. But yes, anything else you wanted to mention before we wrap?
He's saying hi, yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to mention?
I mean, it's just gonna be. I'm just waiting. Yeah, like finally, अच्छा हुआ कल सुबह 3:30 मैच देखने ready हो जाना. Like afternoon good timings as well. But मेरे को था कि Thursday को है, अब समझा मैं. But अच्छा है, Wednesday को है. It's just gonna be thing.
Yeah, and then Babar Rizwan, Iftikhar Ahmed are performing Hajj. Mashallah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they are. I think Babar went. That's what I read. But
Bobby.
what other do.
मतलब Big Boss TV में ज़्यादा मजा आता है. मतलब?
It's more entertaining on OTT. On TV. The regular season.
The regular season?
Yeah.
और bro, इसमें तो OTT तो 24/7 चलते रहता.
No, but Andy's saying that it's better on TV. The season that comes and the weekly thing and the weekend का वार and stuff.
इसमें भी weekend का वार है. सल्लू भाई आ रहे हैं इसमें भी.
Yeah, but I just
last year नहीं आए थे OTT में. ये time आ रहे हैं उन्होंने. सल्लू भाई को बुला दिया. I was surprised he's doing OTT, but he is. But yeah, that means the Big Boss season will start October or something. I want Puneet back.
Yeah. Everybody wants Puneet back. I think.
Bro, उन्हें साबुन डालने रहा. Faz shirt ऐसा उन्हें bathroom में, he's wearing his t-shirt and everything. He's looking in the mirror. एकदम से साबुन फेंक दे रहा. फिर जाके उन्हें potty कर ले रहा. Fresh नहीं कर रहा. फिर जाके चिल्ला ले रहा. ये कर रहा. He just starts like throwing. He just starts shouting randomly. He's crazy, bro. Next level entertainment था उन्हें. वो 10 घंटे बहुत entertain हुए हम लोग.
कहते कि I think he crossed 1 million followers after Big Boss.
Yeah, बहुत popularity है. उसके वजह से तो ratings भी बहुत बड़े थे. But yeah, Faz, if you look at the World Cup thing, I mean, excited. This is what we want to talk about. I don't think there has been this much excitement for a World Cup schedule because normally we get it a year in advance. This time it's been delayed for so long, so everybody is waiting. कब अब tickets का next सवाल आएगा. कैसे लेंगे tickets? Faz पे भी बहुत pressure रहेगा. Tickets दिला दो. हमारे पे भी रहेगा. Tickets दिला दो. मगर हम खुद को भी try करना पड़ेगा. But even if you don't get tickets, you're gonna enjoy the World Cup. If you get tickets, you're gonna enjoy the World Cup. Like Faz said, hopefully there'll be fan zones and everything like that. You can watch with your friends and thing. But yeah, leading up to it, it's there's still a few months to go, so we will cover whatever we can from India's point of view, from all the teams' point of view. Just before the World Cup, what else you would like to see? Let us know. We'll be hopefully there ground zero, so we can go to different cities and also provide content and yeah, do different things. Which And if you guys have any suggestions, let me know, Mr. Andy. KL Rahul तो मेरा मैच विनर है, कम बैक कब करेगा मैच विनर KL Rahul?
पहले पाँव ठीक कर ले फिर मैच खेलेगा बेचारा. But yeah, I think he'll be back in December. I think by December he should be back for whatever series will happen in December. World Cup थोड़ा मुश्किल दिख रहा. But everybody's in the NCA right now. Kuldeep Yadav,
Yeah,
KL Rahul, and all
KL
of them
Rahul पूरे
partying.
NCA में
Rishabh
Pant.
Pant, yeah. So it's good to see. I paid Puneet to wish birthday to my friend 2 years back for 500. Now its rate is 25,000. Oh ma.
वर्ल्ड कप के टिकट्स की क्या जरूरत है? स्टार स्पोर्ट्स है ना, बिल्कुल ये भी है.
वो तो
अगर आपके
है.
पास
Yeah, वो तो है.
अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अगर आपको, आप जाओ, एटमॉस्फेयर एंजॉय करो, मगर टीवी पे भी देखो, इफ यू जस्ट लाइक फोकसिंग ऑन द गेम, टीवी पे ज्यादा मजा आता है, बट इफ यू वांट टू हैव फन, गो क्रेजी, फिर ग्राउंड पे मजा आता है, राइट? लाइक इट डिपेंड्स, एंड इट्स अ
I mean,
डिफरेंट
ground के
एक्सपीरियंस.
अंदर भी ग्राउंड के बाहर भी. I mean, as long as you have fans entertaining एक के साथ एक. अब जैसे
Yeah,
मुस्तफा
yeah.
इंग्लैंड गया था, even if he was not in the match per se, he would find atmosphere outside the ground, right? So it's like that.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. Like, yeah, watching the game, I'm only seeing it from one angle, or like, एक ही angle से देख रहा हूँ मैं पूरा game, which is fine. But it's more about the atmosphere, meeting people. Experience is really good, and we don't know अगर opportunity बार बार नहीं मिलती, right? आपको especially अब इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच अगर आपको मिल गया टिकट अहमदाबाद का, we don't know next time India Pakistan will play, especially in India. We have no clue. हम लोग तो देख लेंगे, like हम लोग तो देखते रहते दुबई में एशिया कप, ये वो, we'll see, but like people who live in India who
No,
want
again,
to
it's
watch
the fact that
Pakistan.
like it's India, Pakistan, in India or in Pakistan, it's always going to be much more fun because it's on ground zero, like you said. Like it's going to be India in India or Pakistan.
Would you say
It's
it's
always
better
gonna be fun.
in India, or better in Dubai, where it's like more split, the fans?
I think from a opposition kind of a thing, like if I'm just looking at game wise, if Pakistan beat India in India, for them it'll be a big thing. Or like
But
India
there's
beating
no like
Pakistan.
banter back. It's going to be all silent.
Yeah, silent. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
But I think because it's in India, loud तो रहेगा. It's just that.
Yeah.
वो
अब आप
50%
देखो
नहीं रहता.
बैंटर का तो भाई दुबई में भी आप देख लो, like कहीं भी देख लो दुनिया में. आप अमेरिका में बैठे फैंस भी लड़ लेंगे एक हाथ से. So it's gonna be thing.
हाँ, वो मेरी सिटी में भी वर्ल्ड कप मैच है बोल रहे. कौन सी सिटी है भाई आपका? Either I am going India versus New Zealand धर्मशाला, or India versus Pakistan Ahmedabad. That's the spirit. That's the spirit. We are
Let's
going
try. Let's try, man. India, Pakistan.
Yeah,
All of us.
100%. We'll try India Pakistan. I want to try a Bangalore game as well. I like Chinnaswamy, and we'll go Pakistan, Zimbabwe, Pakistan, Sri Lanka.
Grill House
Because
is in the
that's
house. उनका नाम देख के भूख लग रही. But yeah,
क्या
Sean
बात
Williams,
है, guys. Thank you for
174.
joining.
Has been insane lately. We did do a show a
Leading
couple of
from the
days ago.
front, Sean
Yeah, leading
Williams,
from
bro.
the front, and then
Did-
Sikandar Raza, man. He's
Rejuvenating
been-
Zimbabwean cricket. He's got the fans alive once again.
Yeah,
जबरदस्त
it's
है
been
भाई उन्हें.
sensational comeback from Zimbabwe. I mean, since last year, अगर आप देख रहे हो मुस्तफा, like we've been saying Zimbabwe no more those that team that we used to heat streak, Alistair Campbell, Andy Flower, Graham. उसके बाद ये era दिख रहा है जहाँ पे Zimbabwe is sort of, you know, challenging. Zimbabwe is sort of looking threatening, and it's good to see. It's good to see them. I mean, they're at home with the conditions. It's like they know the conditions, but again, they're up against decent teams like in West Indies. They're against not like some every team को मार के नहीं आ रहे. They're beating good squads, and it's just been a delight to watch Zimbabwe in the recent times. And after that Pakistan defeat in the T20 World Cup, it's just been on the rise.
Yeah, it's been on the rise. They're doing really well. Like Faiz mentioned, Sean Williams leading from the front, getting everyone together. Iska Sikandar Raza also, like, has been outstanding.
Ryan Byrne, yeah. A lot of
Ryan
good
Byrne, Angavara, Muzrabani, they've all been
Muzrabani,
killing it.
yeah.
So yeah, Zimbabwe has been really good. And best cheese is to see the crowds, man. The way they're supporting, इतने खुश हैं उन लोग, enjoy कर रहे, party कर रहे, and you know, to see cricket over there, packed crowds, it's a really good thing to see. Because growing up, for us, Zimbabwe was a tough team to play against.
Yeah, Douglas Morelia, I remember 238 to chase, and then he hit those first ever paddles को
Zahir Khan को
Zahir Khan को ने मारा था, and yeah, लगान जब भी रिलीज हुई थी, I think.
Bro, Andy Flower, Grand Flower, इन लोगों को निकालना मुश्किल रहता था. आपके पास
Alistair Campbell, yeah, heat streak का bowling था. Henry Olanga,
yeah. इन लोग बहुत सॉलिड टीम थी, तो to get them and see them play like this again, I think it's good, man. It brings back some
Yeah,
memories.
100%. Yeah.
Grilla Singh, you grew up watching History Candy Flower, Alistair Campbell. It's so nice. Yeah, exactly. We were saying the same thing. We grew
Man,
up.
remember then उसके बाद Tatinder Taibu आया था, the shortest
Yeah.
wicketkeeper we ever saw in our lives, and then we had like so many
एक
memories
बॉलर
with
था,
Zimbabwe.
तुम्हारे को याद है कि नहीं, कि 99 में था शायद, वर्ल्ड कप में या उसके बाद आया, एंडी जॉनसन बोल के, उन्हें ओपनिंग
Andy
बैट्समैन
Johnson,
था
yeah,
और
yeah, or
ओपनिंग बॉलर
first
था.
bowler, yeah, Andy
that
Johnson.
that how crazy the team was. कितना टैलेंट था ना जिम्बाब्वे के पास.
Yeah, and their famous orange jerseys, green orange, oh, the duck on the
Yeah.
jersey, all of these things. Yeah.
Bro, I want to first shout out Mr. Andy Mick, because first of all, I love the name. Second of all, he asks a lot really good questions. It makes it engaging, so I like that. Like अच्छे questions, cricketing सवाल आप पूछते रहिए, and मजाक भी करते हैं भाई. He likes a joke as well. So
Your joke has gone mute.
you're a good guy, bro. Hopefully one day we can meet. भाई
Yeah.
पाकिस्तान के टॉप 3 थ्रेट्स कौन से होंगे टीम इंडिया के लिए? आई थिंक शाइन अफरीदी एक 100% होने वाला है. ठीक है, शाइन अफरीदी एक पक्का. और क्या हुआ, ऐसा कहीं को देख रहे?
नहीं मैं top 3 threats कौन होने वाले हैं, तो I read like in terms of teams, then I saw players also.
Yeah, so Shine, I think, will be a threat for India. Left arm swinging into the right-handers. फिर आपके पास batting department में I think Fakhar Zaman can be a threat, especially if he gets going. We've seen him already against India scoring 100 in Champions Trophy final, so that could be a threat. And then third one, maybe a Shadab, depending on the conditions and everything. With both bat and ball, he could be a threat. Otherwise, you can pick any other bowler. Naseem Shah could be a threat. Haris Rao could be a threat too. But yeah, and I think.
Wizzy.
What do you
Wizzy
think? Yeah,
gonna
Babar is one will enjoy these wickets, and I think I don't know why, but
yeah,
unless
flat baby.
I
It's
don't,
gonna be
the
flat.
problem is with Pakistan, we don't know. Then they're unpredictable. They can go and lose to Zimbabwe again. They can lose to Sri Lanka. Then they can do random things. But I just feel these conditions with this team, and also the fact that Babar Azam has let them. I know it's a different format, but in T20s to one semi-final and one final, and an Asia Cup final too, that now this team is gelling together. They have more experience. They have more understanding of each other. They have more understanding of pressure situations. Yes, it'll be a different ball game in Ahmedabad because अलग ही माहौल होने वाला है. But still, I think that I would like to see them go a bit far and compete, because I think they have the team to do that. But इनका कोई भरोसा नहीं है, semi-final भी नहीं पहुंचना. They can probably come like 7th also. We don't know with Pakistan. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I mean, right now at this point of time, I would say Pakistan ki team solid hai. They've got all the makings of a semi-final position. It's just how they play, like you said. वो tournament के time पे उनका momentum कैसा रहता है, उसके हिसाब से I think बहुत ज़्यादा सवाल के answers मिल सकते हैं. But yeah, will Sarfaraz play? Will there's so many players that they don't know, right? Like you still can't even predict their 15. And they've got decent good talent like Saim Ayub is there. They've got a few more people in their closet right now. So I think वो हिसाब से भी they'll PJ more. Rizwan and Barber, obviously they will be a very big threat. Flat wickets here, they're going to enjoy their cricket as well. Shadab might do pretty well as well. And yeah, you've got decent amount of players in Pakistan, and I think it's just going to be very good to see them.
Yeah, 100%. Mother tongue. Zimbabwe sorry, have you seen the table of the Super 6 of World Cup qualifiers? Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe are favorites to finish top 2 and qualify for World Cup. Yes, we have seen that. We've enjoyed the games. I'm sure, like, Ibrahim bhai, you've been taking interest in these World Cup qualifiers for a long time now. Since we started this channel, I remember आप हर वक्त contribute करते थे, बोलते थे कि about the qualifiers, talk about, South Africa qualifying or whatever it is. And it's been a good tournament, man. We've learned a lot from your knowledge as well, from your inputs about certain players, certain teams. But I've really enjoyed the tournament. Whether it's
man, it's been fun. Yeah, it's been Scotland.
Scotland as well. That Michael Lee's innings, I'll never forget that. It was a really
Michael
good
Lees, McCullum, and all of these guys in the middle. Yeah,
Duncan Beek's performance in the Super Bowl was probably one of the
Barrington.
best I've seen. So yeah, it's been really good, man. जिम्बाब्वे का टीम थे, पहले लोग बोलते थे कि खतरनाक टीम थी, बड़ी बड़ी टीम को घोड़े के नीचे ले लेती थी. बिल्कुल लेते थे. और इंडिया खुद काफी सफर करे अगेंस्ट जिम्बाब्वे. कितने मैचेस हारे थे मेरे को याद है, जब इन दोनों फ्लावर ब्रदर्स आते थे, फंस जाता था पूरा गेम. मतलब फंस नहीं था, उन लोग वो कर देते थे. लाइक
they used to play very long innings. Yeah, बहुत लंबे लंबे.
बहुत जबरदस्त टीम थी भाई उन लोगों की. बहुत अच्छी टीम थी. एक बिकल बोल की भी था, याद है? हिक्कल क्या था ना? हक्कल.
Andy Bickle was in
नहीं, बिकल नहीं, सॉरी, हक्कल या ऐसा. My dad used to call me that, like, I don't know why, because he was a spinner. He had like a weird action. I forgot his name, man. Hakkal or something. भाई ये qualifiers का format समझ में नहीं आया. Help me if you guys understand it. So I think it is a bit confusing, but you basically have these group stage matches, two different groups, and from there the top three in each group go into the Super Sixes. Super Sixes you carry on points. How many points you carry? I think you carry. Ibrahim Bhai will help me with this
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I think it's you carry on 4 points. The top two teams, right, if I'm not mistaken, into the Super Sixes, and then जो भी Super Sixes में top 2 आते हैं फाइनल खेलेंगे. फाइनल anyway जो भी फाइनल पहुंचे लोग वर्ल्ड कप खेलने वाले हैं. It is
Huh?
weird though.
Yeah.
I don't know if I made sense, but yeah, I think the saddest part of this whole qualifier is seeing West Indies not doing well. 100%, man. You know, West Indies, like more than us, our fathers will be very upset because they have grew up watching West Indies at their
Yeah.
peak, and you know, bowling, watching bowling 150 plus, 160 plus is incredible. Like you know, our dads tell us, like my dad told me, like when you go to the ground, sometimes you don't even see the ball. Like it was so good to watch these West Indies bowlers, and now I think for us also it's going to be weird. First World Cup fest that we're not going to see West Indies.
Yeah, and
99
it's
में हम
just
लोग
the
थे कि शायद
beginning of, yeah, it's the beginning of a change, right, in cricket. I mean, the most dominant force of cricket कभी आप लाइफ में अगर देखो, like जैसा मसला बोला हमारे फादर क्लाइव लॉयड, विव रिचर्ड्स, इन लोगों को देखो, इन लोगों को, तुम लोगों को क्रिकेट क्या आता, तुम्हारे वालों को क्रिकेट क्या आता.
yeah.
And then finally, then Brian Lara came through. हाँ भाई, Brian Lara एक आया generation talent, उसके बाद कौन है. So like they used to say कि big शड्डे कड़ले लोग आते पूरे जहाँ के, they used to just take away the games from oppositions. And yeah, the World Cup that India won was like the most strangest thing. A lot of people say India, no one expected India to win, but India won. And but that era of Clive Lutz and whatever, अब उसके बाद, and me and Mustafa, we grew up on like Brian Lara, we grew up on Carl Hooper, Mervyn Dillon, all of these kind of players, and
Pedro
Ridley
Collins.
Jacobs, Pedro Collins, Ridley Jacobs. Uska Ehsan, I think Ridley Jacobs was the only non-Pakistani player to have a Ehsan bat, and like,
Yeah.
so yeah, there's so many memories of West Indian, and Carlos Braithwaite and Darren Sammy and all of these guys. They've had good talent in the last few years, but now it's just a point that West Indies is not taking care of its cricket. It's their own fault. Their board has been having a
It's very
lot of
sad, yeah.
problem. They've had issues with boards. They had issues with Chris Gale, ex players. Players not seeing eye to eye with the board, and no money obviously floating, and it's just been sad. I think it's just come to that point where it's happened like that.
बिल्कुल सर. आहिस्ता आहिस्ता वर्ल्ड कप हमारा होगा. टीम इंडिया के प्लेयर्स से उम्मीद ना हटाया करो भाई. कभी भी उम्मीद नहीं हटाते हम लोग. तो इंग्लैंड चले गए उम्मीद में जाके वहां पे
Yeah,
डे 5 भी जाके देखे मैच कि 400 चेस करने वाले हैं. विराट कोहली डबल 100 मारने वाला. उम्मीद तो नहीं छोड़ते.
yeah.
सपोर्ट तो करेंगे भैया. आई फियर नसीम मोर देन शाहीन इन 50 overs. That's an interesting point. What makes you say that? Do you think that it's his speed, or do you feel that he has more stamina? He's better at the death overs. I'm just interested to know why you're saying that.
आ गया भाई जवाब आप लोगों का. You carry the points only from the matches. Read a comment out Mustafa, so that you understand
You
this
carry
better.
the points only from the matches against teams that have qualified with you from your group. Example, Zimbabwe beat both West Indies and Netherlands, so they carry forward 4 points with a net rate of 0.982. That is confusing as crap, but I understand it now. Basically, because Zimbabwe beat West Indies and they beat Netherlands and they topped the group, they उन लोग को 4 point मिलते going forward because they beat these teams, and these teams are also in the Super Sixes. So Sri Lanka, whoever they beat, and those guys, if they qualify, whether it's Oman or whatever, they'll carry those points forward as well.
Yeah.
So की बात की Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka 95% will be in the World Cup.
And starting with points or something like that.
This format will be used for 2027 World Cup, which they are using. अच्छा, पाकिस्तान एक अजीब टीम है. कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, कोई प्रोडिक्शन नहीं कर सकते कैसा खेलेगी. एग्जैक्टली. और इसलिए मजा आता है. इसलिए मजा आता है पाकिस्तान को देखने. वन मोमेंट पाकिस्तान अप, वन मोमेंट पाकिस्तान डाउन. You remember Nasir Hussain's commentary against India? I think it was in the Champions Trophy final, and then once in the World Cup also in Dubai. It perfectly sums them up. You don't know what's going to happen with them. They can just suddenly be at you, or they can just lose to any team, bro. Like, or anytime
Yeah.
they can get bundled out for 60, 70 also. But that's the beauty of the cricket. It's fun to watch. I've been following them live also for the last few years, like very closely. Like this team, Babar's team, I think I've been watching them since 2018, Babar and these guys.
Yeah.
But since he took over also last 2 years, I've been following him, whether it's Asia Cup, World Cup, and it's good. It's good, man. They have talent. Of course, लोग हारते matches ऐसा नहीं है, like बिल्कुल एकदम से out of the blue हारते. But when they're flying, they're flying. It's good to see Naseem. It's good to see Shaheen. Babar cover drive. It's not, we're not making any comparisons here, but it's a very nice cover drive. It's a good shot.
No, no, 100%. They've got talent, and I think that's why a lot of people fear it. And when Pakistan lose, they tend to be a little bit upset. But when they win, they tend to be a little bit upset. When they lose, they also are shocked because they have that much talent in their vanity, right? So people को मालूम कि भाई है talent इसमें, लेकिन इनको बढ़ावा देना नहीं. Obviously, opposition है and competition, a healthy competition to anyone. But we don't want to obviously agree that being Indian fans and we're again with obviously going to be opposition. But when they win, we appreciate it. But when they lose, we get
Now we
unhappy.
appreciate it because because
Yeah.
we're covering more cricket now and everything. Me and Faz, we understand now. पहले हम लोग भी
Before
वो
I
कह रहे थे
would,
निकाला यार उसको चिकट को ऐसा बोलते थे हम लोग. But when
yeah.
you like covering cricket, when you watch phone matches, then you appreciate it. हम लोग भी कौन सा appreciate करते थे. I have a lot of Pakistani friends, so we always banter and we
I
make
mean,
fun
I
of each
still
other.
like when on October 15th, we're still not going to appreciate it, but it's
Yeah.
going to be
No,
different.
we still will. Babar cover drive will say, "Oh, shot है, Bobby." एक तो
But
आ
then the
जाएगा.
like followed by Nikalo ye chikadku. That'll be the Nikalo ye
Yeah.
chikadku. So yeah, it's going to be
ब्रो
there.
आपको ये पूछना था कि वर्ल्ड कप का गाना कौन गाएंगे ये टाइम
I
लास्ट
hope
वाला
it's
यार.
not Shankar Ehsaan Loy. I hope it's not them. वो
अरे
देख
अच्छा
घुमा
था
के
वो
गाना was
देख
too
घुमा
bad. It
के
was too
देख.
bad.
Why is it bad, bro? I would rate it 7 out of 10.
Man, the talent that we have of music in India, I think
तेरे
we could
पेड़े
have made it.
देखो
Like, I'm pretty
के
sure A.R. Rahman will get it, man. A.R. Rahman will make
ब्रो
something
अच्छा
out.
था. तुम क्या बोल रहे फिर से सुनो. वो अच्छा था 11 वाला.
A.R.
तुम्हारे
Rahman
साउथ
will make
अफ्रीका
it.
वाला पसंद था, राइट?
Yeah, Uzaka Uzambi. That was it.
कोलंबो.
That was it. South Africa is always like elegant. Like they have brilliant. Even the 2010 World Cup, Waka Waka, and all of these things, man. They always come up with the craziest things. So it's
अरे
just
अरे वो अच्छा था देख घुमा के वाला मेरे को पसंद था.
narrow बैगन के घुमा के.
Also, I had another thing that I was going to take. Oh, AB Cricket in the house. Hi, sir, or
Mm.
ma'am, or whoever you are. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. And yeah, hoping you're enjoying the conversations here. We're wrapping up. We're just basically talking about the World Cup schedule. Ashes also first, second test tomorrow at Lords. It's going to be a really good occasion. I think.
On the contrary, Australia actually have a very good record when you compare it to England
Yeah.
in the Lords, right?
Oh,
So
you
they've got.
have something to show us.
I have something to show you, but like if
Why
you
did you
keep me
remind me? तो ऐसा बैठे कि I
around.
thought I had to wrap up. You didn't even show
नहीं नहीं
what you had to
वर्ल्ड
show,
कप
bro.
वर्ल्ड कप की बात चली था just like wanting to spoil the fun
No, you could for show it, bro. What? क्या हो रहा है भाई इधर?
drum roll है दे घुमा के yeah but they
Matches
do
तो
have a 37 matches में England just won 7 and Australia won 15
they're dominating
so
them,
they're
bro.
dominating them at Lords and something that we really forget.
Hmm.
Andy Mike said Mika Singh and Dinchak. Oh my god, the World Cup is finished.
Selfie मैंने ले लिया, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't check, baby. That's versus Gyal. Don't mess with them, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
Dinchak. Mm.
Australia won batting first, batting second 9 times, batting first 6 times. So that's a good record. You know.
Yeah, it's a very good record, and like you see, like they're dominating and already going into the 1-0 lead. अगर आप ऐसा continue करते हैं Lords में, they'll be able to dominate, and it's just good for them. It's good energy in the Australian camp right now.
Yeah, अगर लॉर्ड्स में जीत के तो भाई 2-0 हो जाता. They'll be have a lot of confidence going into the third
Leads.
test. And yeah, I think England को जीतना जरूरी है. ना तो ड्रॉ भी कर दे तो ठीक है. The series alive, but I wouldn't say they can't afford a loss, but a loss will really cause a lot of problems. The whole discourse will change. That excitement of the Ashes before in England, पूरे जो पंडित से वो बोलते थे baseball, they will all like go back and start criticizing Ben Stokes. They'll jump on him. So things will change if England lose this game, but it should be a cracker. I think the way England played also, it was very good cricket, and it was just a matter of few individual errors. And if they can fix that, they have a good chance of beating Australia. Why not? Even though their record doesn't show it at Lords, but they always have a chance to beat Australia.
Now the interesting thing will be, let's just say for 1 second, England loses Test and loses Ashes. Now, whoever is going to be the next captain, will he still be wanting to play baseball, or would he be forced into playing a more because everybody who else is in that camp right now, they understand baseball. Everybody, all of the 11.
Yeah, but I
Any
think
new captain.
the way they're playing though, they won't have to come to that situation because it's been effective and it will continue to be effective because ऐसा नहीं है कि Australia rolled them over or anything like that. Even if they roll them over 1-0, it doesn't change things that like in the last year what we've seen that it's been effective cricket. So I don't think, first of all, he'll be sacked right now if he loses the Ashes or anything like that. But and I still think that England will come back into the series, whether it's at Lords or
I'm just saying
India.
hypothetically, agar up, let's just say हार गए and बुरा हार गए. Now any captain that'll come in will still want to play baseball. That's what England core association and the
No,
management and
it'll
they
be
like it.
difficult. It'll be difficult because Ben Stokes is also very rigid, bro. Like, not every captain will be like that. Some captains will be a bit more flexible. They'll go with the flow, right? Not every captain. This guy is just. It's difficult to be a captain like that. It takes a lot of guts. He goes and he's giving interviews to like these proper journalists, tip top, BBC ke ye wo, and he's telling them, "I don't care, man. This is how we're gonna play. I'm gonna declare
But
again."
that's what like. But in that 11 right now, as a player, you're still believing the process, right? So you've seen this good side of this process as well. I'm pretty sure maybe not to that extent Ben Stokes is doing. Maybe but they will keep this alive. It's not going to die,
Yeah,
I think.
because I was listening to the Phil Tufnell and Michael Vaughan podcast yesterday. They did it a few days ago, but they were saying why it's entertaining. I loved it and everything, but the narrative of like it's okay, the results don't matter. It's that will
Entertaining the
complete.
crowd,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not going to work. Like he's saying, at the end of the day, you want to win. So that means if you have to not declare, then you don't declare. If you want to do something else, you don't do something else. Whatever it is, take a bit less risk, but win the game. That's what he's saying at the end of the day. So let's see what happens. But I don't think उन लोग change करेंगे. अभी तो change नहीं करेंगे, and it's been effective. It might work again, Lords. You never know. England can turn this record around and do well and
Yeah.
win the match also by a good margin.
Yeah, 100%.
Jimmy Anderson has to step up. Chirag Bhai Singh, I agree with that. Like he mentioned, if you on I think the tail end of this podcast after the game, ki bhai, there was nothing in it for
Yeah.
the bowlers. This was not my pitch. If they're going to make pitches like this, I'm going to die.
Kryptonite.
Right? Yeah. But bro, Faz, also if you see a video, a village cricket ka banaye look with Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. I think they made it in the winter, but you can watch it now on YouTube. It's crazy how they're discussing like kaun sa ball dalna ye wo, and there was one he nipped him outside off stump. He didn't nick him, he beat him outside off stump. Jimmy Anderson, that village cricketer, matlab he's a club cricketer. दो दोस्ता हैं जो podcast करते हैं, they play like random cricket, तो उन लोग के against bowling डाल रहे थे. And Broad tells him, just get one to shape in. He pitched it outside off stump, अंदर रखे bold कर दिया. It was crazy, like बोल के करा उन्हें. So the control that these guys have are really good. I mean, that video just shows like what the thought process is. It's not about they're playing against like club cricketers. It doesn't really matter, but the thought process, ball kaisa dalna, they're constantly thinking ball kaisa dalna. Even to an amateur guy, काम pitch करना, कैसा करना, new ball कैसा move करना, old ball के साथ किधर pitch
and
करो,
also like the
डालो.
experience that they have, देख के समझ में आया था भाई किधर pitch करे तो क्या होने वाला है हरकत.
क्या होने वाला है, exactly. I don't know, bro. Fez, what he said, I imagined it, and then I saw the ball. I'm like, holy shit, bro! He actually swung it in and he did it. Like it's hard to do. Ball ke khelna wala scene, right? It's not easy to do.
वही बोल के I think Edgbaston पे भी खेलना था, but like I'm pretty sure it's been good. It's a difficult pitch and stuff like that, but it's gonna be fun. I think whatever is left off. I mean, Lord's also going.
There's a lot to There's a
lot.
A long way to go in the series, sir.
But again, it's going to be day one tomorrow. It's England to be bat, and then it देखना पड़ेगा.
What's your prediction, bro?
I mean, my prediction is still 3-1 England winning the series. So I feel England.
So England's going to win Lords, huh?
Yeah, Lords, Leeds, and Manchester.
And the spinner thing, do you think that will help Australia or backfire on England, or what do you think? Like England not playing a spinner.
England not playing a spinner is big, but they still have Joe Root, so they might be able to just sustain, I think.
Decent point. And also, like the only thing is, Lords, I don't know if there's going to be that much spin, but आगे जाके भाई problem होगा England को. Nathan Lyon is going to eat, and these guys don't.
That's
have
why they're probably hoping Moeen Ali might be able to just fix it.
They need like a proper like Ashwin type. Not even like they need that like a proper off spinner, bro.
Swan, they need Swan back.
Yeah, Swan, like that kind of player, because I think that's where the series could be decided. Nathan Lyon's wickets in the fourth, fifth test, because the pitches will start to get slow. It'll bake as well. थोड़ा सा heat wave भी चल रहा London में, England में, तो that will be the thing. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it up. We're with you guys for a good hour and a half. Fez, thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow we will catch you after day's play, hopefully. And we will be. I think I'm celebrating Eid tomorrow. Fez celebrating on Thursday, but we'll be celebrating with you guys on the chat with everyone. So do join us. hopefully Faiz can wear his kurta pajama or whatever, so whatever he has, and yeah, do join us tomorrow as well. We will get all the updates. If this test goes to day 4 or day 5, England will lose, says Ibrahim Bhai. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Faiz. Thank you
Thank you so
everybody
much.
for joining. Take care and have a good rest of the night.